all season long. And for the Cowboys, the success and the key to the game for today for the Cowboys is going to be to win that battle up front. We know how talented this Cowboys team is. They certainly have the edge on paper. Their key is to win the battle in the trenches. If they can really dominate that front five, dominate the front seven of the Detroit Lions, give Dak Prescott time to pass, give this guy Zeke Elliott some room to run. It's going to be tough for the Detroit Lions to hang with the Dallas Cowboys because just talent-wise, on paper, the just front to back, this Cowboys team is incredibly talented, and defensively they are criminally underrated, and I think have an opportunity to stop the Detroit Lions at times here tonight. Now, on the side of the Detroit Lions, how about Jarrad Davis in the season that he has had? 69 tackles, 10 for loss, 1 sack, and 9 interceptions. For the Lions, their big key is to win that turnover battle. You saw it tweeted out by our own NBL Bleacher Report. If you don't follow them on Twitter at NBL_Bleacher. You saw it tweeted out what the Lions are saying is the key to game plan is to win that turnover battle. They're going to need to be on the plus side. They can't afford to be even. They really can't afford to be negative. They have got to be on the plus side of the turnover battle. They have to win it, force some turnovers, get some extra possessions, and if they do that, they have a real good opportunity to get into that Super Bowl and represent the NFC. But if there's any chance the Lions maybe make some careless throws, some careless turnovers, some big momentum swinging plays, we've seen them walk a tightrope in the playoffs so far. They're going to need to find a way to play a very clean game, and I think the Lions, they're going to need to play just about perfect today to beat the Dallas Cowboys. On the flip side, let's look at the AFC Championship game and their players to watch. Let's start out with the Kansas City Chiefs and Patty Mahomes, your season 35 MVP here in the Madden Bomber League. 114.2 passer rating, 4,650 yards, 39 touchdowns to only 18 interceptions. This Chiefs team, I think, and you guys can correct me in the chat if you think I'm wrong, but I think this Chiefs team might be the most underrated team in the NBL. We don't talk about them a lot. We talk about the Browns in the AFC. We talk about the Cowboys. The Chiefs quietly went along, handled their business, got to the playoffs, and then won the games that they need to. They need to win another one tonight, and it's no easy task. For the Kansas City Chiefs, their key is going to be they're going to have to control TOP. This Cleveland Browns team is explosive, and they can get big plays in a hurry. If the Chiefs can control the time and possession battle, whether it's through turnovers, whether it's through establishing a run game, or whether it's through just sort of quietly moving down the field with dink and dunk passes, if you get into a shootout with this Browns team, we've seen it doesn't go well for teams. And I know the Chiefs have the speed to do it on the outside, but I don't think you want to get into a battle where you're looking at a 55-52 game because I think the Browns have the edge in that one. So if you're the Chiefs, you got to control TOP. You got to keep the ball in your offense's hand. Give your defense a break because your defense, if they get tired out there, the Browns are going to take advantage. Speaking of the Browns, the back-to-back Super Bowl champions so far. By the way, in case you guys have forgotten, the Cleveland Browns in the NBL in 2 cycles. So for this season, this cycle here in Madden 18, last cycle, 4 straight Super Bowls. Sorry, Madden 19, Madden 18. Yes. 4 straight Super Bowls for Cleveland, which, as a Browns fan, I sure wish I heard that in real life. But 4 straight Super Bowls for the Browns. Can they make it 5? Let's look at the Browns players to watch. And, of course, Denzel Ward is having himself a fantastic season. 51 tackles on the year, 5 interceptions, 11 passes deflected. And that's what Denzel Ward does. The interception number is a flashier number, but we know from the dev traits, the dynamic dev traits, deflecting passes is a big part of the game. And in real life, we know how important passes deflected is to an offense, or to a defense, being able to bat down a pass. In a key third down, being able to bat down a deep ball down the field, force them into a second or third and long. So key. And for Denzel Ward, for the Cleveland Browns, their key today, just to be the Cleveland Browns. Be the dominant force that you are. We saw the Browns lose their way a little bit in the middle of the season. Maybe got a little too run happy, sort of forgot what they were supposed to do, and they dropped a couple games. They've put it back on track, but the Browns have to stay within themselves. And as owner Bananas knows, it's no easy task winning 2 in a row, but you got to win the first one. You've got to find a way to get that first dub, and they've got to win their championship games tonight. Let's take a look at who our Bleacher Report team is picking for today's AFC and NFC Championship Super Bowl, of course, followed by that Super Bowl action on the side of the AFC Championship game. Surprisingly enough, we've got more of the Bleacher Report. JB not picking, owner of the Kansas City Chiefs, but we got more leaning towards the Kansas City Chiefs. 5, Adam, Draco, Double A, Darth Ben, and Eric G all going with the Chiefs. Unisolated, Cringe, Motor, and Cougs all going with the Browns. So, if you go by the Bleacher Report, they're all predicting a new AFC champion, a new team winning the AFC championship for the first time in 4 seasons. On the flip side, heavily Dallas Cowboy, the star is showing, but Unisolated and Cringe, they're both on the side of the Cleveland Browns. They're both on the side of the Detroit Lions. Should be a fantastic doubleheader today, guys. This is an absolutely fun game. I don't know, for some reason, I don't know why, but it looks like the AFC Championship game has started for no reason. I'm going to keep rolling. Love when they do stuff like that. They just read it up. I haven't sent them anything. But that's the risk, guys. That's what we call the tout ready up. He just messaged me and restarted Madden. That's what we call the tout ready up. For you guys who aren't fans of it, who aren't fans of the NBL, maybe don't know what that is. The tout ready up is the person who hits ready up, assuming there's not going to be a problem or anything. Bananas apparently dropped his controller and started the AFC Championship game, and then backed out. So really a stellar move. I'll show you. Look, this is Banana's stream right now. He's getting back. That's why whenever we see guys, it's just for all you newer guys out there and for tout, listen to me. If you're in the NBL Live, you're waiting for you to get the go to go. I never recommend having one person ready up and the other person have to be just able to hit ready up for no reason other than stuff like this happens. You drop a controller, it accidentally hits the A button. I got to give a big shout out to Z-Star because Z-Star and Bomber very conveniently still on the loading screen. Anywho, we're about ready to get there. Put his controller down and then hit A. I'm not really sure how that happened. He just threw it down. But a reminder, folks, tonight we've got 3 games. AFC and NFC Championship game. You're going to see it on the screen at the same time, Super Show style. Once that gets over, we're going to advance the league, flip around to a quick pregame show, and we will get to the Season 35 Super Bowl. We're going to crown a champion. Tons of storylines here, folks. We got 4 teams, 4 very diverse storylines. AFC side, owner Bananas trying to get his 3rd straight Super Bowl title. We haven't had many back-to-back Super Bowl champions. 3 straight. That'd be absolutely impressive here in the NBL, especially the competition that is here in the league right now. Taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. JB looking for his 1st Super Bowl title, the only one here that does not have a Super Bowl under their belt. On the flip side, the Dallas Cowboys looking to continue their dominance over the Detroit Lions. And get to a Super Bowl where last year they got shellacked here on NBL Live. They're looking to get some revenge, but they got to beat the Lions. And the Lions, for owner Bomber, trying to get back to glory. We haven't seen the Lions win a Super Bowl since, I believe, season 27. We're in season 35 right now. Could be wrong. Bomber can probably correct me on that one. But the Lions looking for their first Super Bowl in quite a long time. Let's get to the predictions. Get your predictions in the chat. Love to see what you guys think about this game. Let's start with the AFC Championship game. Browns and Chiefs. And I'm going to lean towards the Cleveland Browns for no reason other than they've been here before. They're the 2-time champion. And I don't bet against the 2-time champion right now. Give me the Browns in this one. I think they're actually going to walk away pretty handily in that one. Give me the Browns 35-24 in that particular game. On the flip side, boy, Dallas and Detroit. I just think the talent of the Dallas Cowboys is too much. And that's what's going to be the demise of the Detroit Lions. Winning that battle up front, I trust the quarterback in Dallas more. I trust the offensive line in Dallas more. Give me the Cowboys in that one. I think it'll be close. I think it's going to be relatively low scoring for 2 fairly explosive offenses. Give me the Dallas Cowboys 24-21. It's because I sent somebody a message. It muted me. Anywho, I was so pumped because we got 2 games going on right now. AFC, NFC Championship game. Let's find out who's representing the Super Bowl here in Season 35. It's all coming up right now here on NBL Live.
I just want to say, hey, man, this is T.O., the cover athlete of the Madden 19 Hall of Fame edition, and you're watching the gold standard of the franchise mode, the NBL Network. Holla.
Oh, how awesome this is. We don't get to see a super show of this caliber too often. It only happens once a year. We've only done it once before. Why not do it here at the end of 2018, the last broadcast of the 2018 year, and we are so happy you're here to join us tonight. On the left side of your screen, you see it. It's the AFC Championship game, Chiefs and Browns. On the right side of your screen, it is the NFC Championship game, Lions and Cowboys. Two very, I think, tight matchups. Four very talented teams, but only two of them are going to be able to represent the Super Bowl tonight. That's right, folks. Tonight, we're advancing. We're rolling right into the Super Bowl. It's all coming up here on the NBL Network. Appreciate everybody tuning in to NBL Live Broadcast 261 here on the NBL Network. I am OSU, your host for the evening. And I can't tell you how excited I am for the broadcast tonight because these are two phenomenal games. You're going to see them both featured on the big screen. You're going to see them in dual screen action like we have right now as these four teams looking to get a Super Bowl title here in season 35. And it's been a phenomenal season full of parity, and we appreciate everybody who has tuned in throughout the season. As the Lions start out with a run play, the Chiefs are going to start out with a little pass play. It's going to turn into a run play. Patty Mahomes rolls out to the left side, takes a hit. You never like to see him take a hit, but he'll get near the first down marker, give him 9. Going to bring up a second one. Getting the chat set up so I can see all y'all talking in the chat. Game Master Kate saying, wow, great action night. Absolutely. Bot saying, picking the Lions to win a deep pass over the top, trying to get a big play to start out. Patty Mahomes cannot complete that one. Lions, on the other hand, they're over midfield as a nice pass from Phillip Rivers getting the nod today. 38 yards on the play. We saw an absolute carousel at the quarterback position for the Detroit Lions, and it's been a trying year for the Lions, but they're still here in the NFC Championship game, so you got to be happy that they're representing their teams here. Put this bad boy down. Keep an eye on that. As a handoff up the middle for the Chiefs, they're going to pick up the first down. Good conversion on 3rd and 1, but let's go full screen to the Cowboys and the Lions. The Lions, they're threatening at the 39-yard line even after that 3-yard loss. And here we are. You see on the smaller screen on the left side, continue to watch the Chiefs and the Browns, but Lions and Cowboys. Lions trying to get a quick start. That's a big key for the Detroit Lions, is just getting that quick start. Getting some points on the board, getting some confidence to your team. 1st and 10, Mahomes taking another deep shot. One-on-one with Denzel Ward. Makes the catch, and he breaks a tackle. The Chiefs are going to have the first touchdown of this Super Show, as it was a big pass over the top from Patty Mahomes, dropping it in the bucket, and Tyreek Hill says, thank you very much, big fella. I love it when you put it in my hands, as he gets into the end zone over the star corner of the Browns, Denzel Ward. The Chiefs an early lead as the kick is up. It is good. It's 7-0. Big 3rd and 10 now for the Lions, looking for their own touchdown on this drive. 3rd down and 10, probably just outside of field goal range. Might be there. It's a 53-yard kick, so they're just inside of the range. 4 wide receivers for Phillip Rivers as he takes a snap. Big shout out to Nightmare Hawk with the host. Deep pass, left side, thrown into double coverage. That is not the throw you were looking for from Phillip Rivers. It's going to bring up a 4th and 10, and they are going to have to settle for a field goal. Nice return for the Browns, but the Lions looking to get the first points in this game. This one, not an easy one. 53 yards away on the left hash mark. Kick is up. It is tracking, and it is good. Lions, 3-0. Desync occurred. They're just going to roll that one back up. So let's go full screen to the other game. Boy, nobody can keep track of their own games so far in this one. Lions probably unhappy that they're going to have to give that one up. We've seen a couple of desyncs recently. That's a problem we didn't have earlier in the Madden cycle, but we've seen it a couple times here, not only on NBL Live, but in the NBL this season in particular, as Baker Mayfield on 1st and 10 rolling out to the right side. Nobody open. he thought about, I know he was looking to chuck it to B over the middle of the field. Dark Brawler joined us in the chat. What's going on, DB? Good to see you. Gibbs, well played. Well played. Darth Ben saying Star is an alien, confirmed. With that internet performance there with the desync, he might be. Absolutely true. As that game getting loaded back up, NFC Championship game trying to get rolling. Cringe says Bananas' whole playbook is just one-play touchdowns. It is certainly possible. Second down and 8 for the Cleveland Browns. Baker Mayfield in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. As he got Nyheim Hines on his right hip, dropping back. Blitz coming from the Chiefs. It's picked up by the offensive line. Quick throw underneath to Jarvis Landry, who has a first down and more. Trying to spin away from the tacklers. He'll be taken down at midfield. Give him 12 on the play. Nice job there by the offensive line of the Cleveland Browns, holding up as they had a 5-man rush, 5-on-5. Good blocking. And because of that, gave plenty of time for that underneath route that was one of those 2 hot routes. I assume it was the hitch route on the far left side. Into a drag, found it underneath, and easy pitch and catch for Baker Mayfield. First down and 10 now for the Cleveland Browns. They're on the 50-yard line at midfield. Hines at the top of the eye. Kajus coming in motion from right to left. And as Baker Mayfield taking the snap, Nyheim Hines right up the middle. Not a great user attempted to tackle there. He'll get 9 on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 1. The user was there in the middle. I just went for, I think it looked for the hit stick there. And hit sticked absolutely nothing. As you can see on the left side of your screen, they're just going to mock that field goal. Bombers just dancing for fun. But giving them that field goal to go back up 3-0. Early enough in that game, they mocked that one. Hines with a spin move, breaks a tackle. I think he's going to go back over the line. May not give him the first down. They're going to give it 3rd and inches. He had the first down, but broke that tackle, came back over the line on his own power. Now with 3rd and inches, as that kick is up is good. Detroit Dallas back to where they were, 3-0. Asher saying desyncs are bad. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It relatively recently, in the last, I'd say month and a half, we've seen desyncs. We didn't have any problems with desyncs in the first couple months of this game, but you know, something's happened, things have changed, and we've seen it recently. 3rd and inches, Baker Mayfield dropping back on 3rd down, trying to stay with him, but you can't stay with Josh Gordon underneath. It's an easy pitch and catch. 5 yards on the play for Baker Mayfield, and a first down for the 2-time defending NBL Super Bowl champions. Cringe saying desyncs are a new thing for sure. Must be part of the new patch. Could be. Don't know what part of the patch did it, but yeah, we didn't have it early, but you know, things happen. Good to see if you're gonna get a desync get in the first quarter. As you see the Cowboys with the ball, Zeke Elliott up the middle near the first down marker. 1st and 10 for the Cleveland Browns. Handoff to Hines over the left side, and finally the Kansas City defense getting some early penetration. They're going to bring down Hines for only a 2-yard gain. Going to bring up a 2nd and 8. Nyheim Hines coming over to the Cleveland Browns. I believe it was the first season this cycle in a trade from the Indianapolis Colts. And you can see on the left side, it looks like, is he? Nope, they switched it up. It looked like Z-Star was going for his patented first quarter PAFK quick. Instead, switched to a flanker drive, pick up a couple on the drag, excuse me. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 7, 2nd and 8. For the Cleveland Browns, we'll stay full screen on this one as the Browns are driving. Baker Mayfield, 4-man rush from the Kansas City Chiefs, gets out of the pocket, breaks one tackle, but cannot break the other. It's a sack for the Kansas City Chiefs. Phillips cleaning up the mess, and it's going to bring up a big 3rd and 10. Kansas City, how big of a win would it be for the Chiefs to get off the field, only giving up a field goal to the Cleveland Browns after their early big touchdown from Patty Mahomes to Tyreek Hill. Ooh, dangerous throw. Dangerous throw for Z-Star, but completes it down the field. 3rd and 10 for Baker Mayfield. Empty backfield. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. David Njoku, the tight end. He is also on the right side of that line. Blitz coming from the Chiefs. Finds Callaway. Short of the line, though, and a good open field tackle from the Kansas City Chiefs. It's going to hold him to a 4th and 1. Kansas City will be able to get off the field after a field goal attempt from the Cleveland Browns. Browns forced to settle for 3. Big tackle at the line. Ball is down. Kick is up. Looks straight. Looks long enough. And it is good. Cleveland, they're on the board. 7-3 the score. Let's go full screen to Dallas and Detroit. Again, appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Hope you had a wonderful holiday, whatever you celebrated. Everyone here from the NBL hopes you had a wonderful holiday, and hope you have a happy new year. Heading into 2019, I'm sure everybody has those New Year's resolutions ready. Has a nice cut. Oh, the Kansas City Chiefs get a big return up to the 44-yard line. Big cut there from JB, and KC will have great field position. Detroit and Dallas, they're the 43-yard line. So I said they had better field position, but at the end of the day, it ended up being about the same. 6 of one, half dozen of the other. First down and 10 for the Dallas Cowboys. It's Dak Prescott in the shotgun. He's got 3 wide receivers, 2 over the left side, 1 to the right side. Look out for Randall Cobb in the slot. He has been a huge weapon for the Dallas Cowboys. Dropping back is Dak Prescott, waiting, looking. He's going to take a deep shot once again, looking for Allen Hurns. Good swat. That was Darius Slay with the play on the right side. The user swat from Bomber. Going to bring up a 3rd and 15. And an opportunity for the Detroit defense to get off the field, up 3-0, and get a little confidence in the defensive side of the ball. 1st and 10 for Kansas City on the small screen on the left side. It is a pistol formation for Patty Mahomes. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Kareem Hunt in the backfield. It is Pat Mahomes dropping back to pass on 1st and 10. Looks on a little post route from the right side. It is complete, and it is a first down to the 24-yard line. 3rd down and 15. For the Dallas Cowboys, 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left side, 1 to the right side, 1 tight end. That is Will Tye on the right side of that formation. Zeke Elliott on the left hip of Dak Prescott as he drops back to pass. 4-man rush from the Detroit Lions. Waiting, looking. So much patience, so much time, and he finds Allen Hurns finally over the middle. Both these teams inside the 35-yard line. Let's go double box action. First down and 10 for the Chiefs. Handoff to Kareem Hunt. Going nowhere. Nice tackle in the middle. He'll maybe get a yard on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 9. Dallas, on the other hand, Detroit only sent 4 on that 3rd and 15, and that Dallas offensive line is just absolutely phenomenal and was able to hold up. They've got a 1st and 10. On the 31-yard line, 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right side, 1 over the left side. On the right side of your screen, that is the NFC Championship game. Dak Prescott steps up, looks over to the underneath, actually, finding Allen Hurns to the 27-yard line. Not a whole lot there, picking up 3, going to bring up a 2nd and 7. 2nd and 9 for Pat Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs on the left side of your screen. In the shotgun, bringing a wide receiver over to the left side, putting 2 wide on the left side, 1 over the right side. The tight end, Kelsey, on the right side of that formation as well. Kareem Hunt on his left hip in the shotgun. 4-man rush from the Cleveland Browns rolling over as Pat Mahomes. Looks like he's going to take off. He sets up, tries to find Tyreek Hill underneath. Looks like they're going to give him the, nope, they're going to call him out of bounds. Trying to find Hill for a couple. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 9 at the 22-yard line. As Detroit, with a user look going the other way, a big pick for the defense. Dak Prescott showing a little bit of that tendency to throw some bad interceptions. He did get hit as he threw, and Jenkins said, "Thank you very much." Going the other way, it is Detroit ball at the 42-yard line. Big 3rd and 9 for the Kansas City Chiefs. 4 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Well, on the right side in the slot, that's Travis Kelce, the tight end. Only a 3-man rush from the Cleveland Browns, looking deep down the middle of the field, trying to high pass that one, and straight up hit the crossbar. Never good when you hit the field goal post, not even going for a field goal. It's going to bring up a 4th and 9. Kansas City going to look to answer the field goal from the Cleveland Browns with one of their own. Center hash mark from the 22-yard line. This one, a 39-yard attempt. They have just hit the 2nd quarter in Cleveland. The kick is up. It is good. Kansas City extends their lead back to 7, 10-3 the score. Non-stop action tonight, folks. If you're joining us for the first time or the 261st time, appreciate you hanging out with us. I am OSU, your NBL Network Director, and your host for this evening. Don't forget, after this game, we'll have a pregame show as we advance the league, and we're going to have the Super Bowl tonight, crowning the champion. Here on the last broadcast of 2018. Deep pass on 2nd and 10. Who else? Marty Bryant with a big catch down inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. Phillip Rivers slinging it all over the place. Rolls out, finds his main man, Martavis Bryant, who has been such an asset since he came over from the Oakland Raiders. One of the best wide receivers here in the NBL. Hasn't found the end zone a whole lot this season, but has racked up the yards. Another 1,000-yard season for Martavis Bryant. Toss play for the Cleveland Browns. Nyheim Hines spins back inside, puts the ball on the ground. It's picked up by the Kansas City Chiefs. Hillis recovered it. Hines put it on the ground, and Kansas City gets gifted. Phenomenal field position. Is a big shout out to Campbell 24 now following here on Twitch. Kansas City, a big turnover. Double box action as both teams inside the 25-yard line. Oh, big turnover in Cleveland as the Browns commit the first error of the day in that game, and Kansas City looking to capitalize. Kelce going in motion from right to left. Looks like it's going to be Kareem Hunt right up the middle. Big hole inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line. Hunt picking up 12 on the play. 2nd and 8 for the Lions, trying to get Malik Ali going, I believe, getting the carry there. He gets nothing, though, as the Broken Robots now following here on Twitch. Appreciate all of our followers, guys. Appreciate each and every one of you out there. Hangs out with the MBL. We certainly do have fun. We hope you're having fun, too. 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs on the left side of your screen. Pat Mahomes, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, both over to the left side. Cover 0 blitz, has to get rid of it, finds Travis Kelce, goes up, makes the catch. Green in coverage, but Mahomes put it on the money, and Kansas City has 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. Detroit, Phillip Rivers looks left side. There's nobody over there. How do you leave Martavis Bryant open? Little playmaker for the Lions, and they extend their lead. 9-0 off the interception from Dak Prescott. The Lions an early lead in the NFC Championship game. Hunt trying to find the end zone. He'll be taken down to the 1-yard line. Extra point is up and good. Detroit up 10-0. What a night here in the NBL. AFC, NFC, you can see them both on the screen right now. We'll go right into the Super Bowl at the conclusion of this game. 2nd down and goal for the Kansas City Chiefs. 3 tight end, heavy goal line set. Kareem Hunt at the top of the eye. It's going to be a sneak, and I don't think he got there. Big tackle up the middle. If you're running that quarterback sneak, the assignments have got to be cleaned on the offensive side of the ball. Now 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. NBL, of course, as you may or may not know, you cannot run the same play twice in a game. It has to have a separate name. So they have used their quarterback sneak. They can't run it again. And so now, question for Kansas City. Do they run it? Do they throw it? Do they run it up the middle? Is it a toss, a stretch? What are they going to do here as they're about half a yard out looking to extend their lead? And they certainly, after the gift from Nyheim Hines putting the pigskin on the ground, they certainly want to come away with some sort of touchdown here. They don't want to have to kick a field goal. 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end out there for Pat Mahomes. And they're going to call a timeout. They don't like the play that they called. As you can see on the left side of your screen, that's the NFC Championship game. The Dallas Cowboys with the ball down 10-0. Dak Prescott threw an interception on their last drive, and Detroit was able to drive it all the way down the field. I believe it was a 60-yard drive or so. And find Martavis Bryant open in the end zone, one of the best wide receivers, and someone left him open. It's Pat Mahomes on the quarterback power. Patty Mahomes, Orange Justice in the end zone, and the Kansas City Chiefs extend their lead to 16-3 pending this extra point. What a play call from Kansas City, going with the QB run. You knew Cleveland was going to have to respect the pass after 2 straight runs, and Patty Mahomes walks into the end zone. 17-3 Kansas City on top, looking to dethrone the 2-time Super Bowl champion. As we'll now go full screen, it's another fumble in Dallas. This one on 3rd and long, and now Detroit's going to get the ball back, and Dallas looks all out of sorts. All sorts of out of sorts, as that's some great English over here from your MPL network director. Detroit 10-0 on top, and that if there's you'd think with Bomber, the NBL commissioner, 6-time NBL champion, you'd think he'd have an edge, maybe with composure playing in the big game, but Z-Star, he's got 2 Super Bowls of his own. He's played in the big games. He's won the big games. Right now, he's just flustered. 1st and 10 for the Cleveland Browns. Baker Mayfield rolling out to the left side. Continues to roll. He's going to playmaker that man up the sidelines and takes a big hit. Oh, they don't like seeing Baker taking those low hits. But he turned into a runner. Going to bring up a 2nd and 5 after a 5-yard game. 1st and 10 for the Detroit Lions. Phillip Rivers, play action pass. Rolls out to the right side. Lawrence is going to get there. Oh, lucky that's not called a fumble. It's an incomplete pass. Rivers 3 of 5, 125 and a touchdown. It's been all deep bombs for the Detroit offense. Appreciate everybody hanging out in the chat tonight. Here on NBL Live broadcast 261 here on the NBL Network. Big 3rd and 2 for Cleveland on the left side of your screen. Detroit has a 2nd and 10 with Phillip Rivers under center. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, bringing a man in motion. You're going to see the PAFK quick. Yep, the patented PAFK quick, and they're going to take a sack as Phillip Rivers does not get rid of the ball. Blitz brought by the Dallas Cowboys. It's going to set up a 3rd and very long. Baker Mayfield, on the other hand, 4 of 4, 35 yards to start this game, but they are down 14 points. because of two big plays on third down inside the enemy territory. Callaway caught the ball about a yard short of the line, spun back in front of the line to gain, and they were not able to pick up the first down on a third and very short. And then Nyheim Hines with the big fumble on the last drive, and that's how we are where we are. Mayfield, pressure coming. He's going to launch it downfield. Has a man. It's Jarvis Landry at the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Big play from Big Play Baker. As the blitz looked like it was going to get there, Baker uses his legs, and Jarvis Landry gets it down to the 3. First and goal. It is a 3 tight end set. 2 to the right, 1 to the left side. Nyheim Hines at the top of the eye. Baker Mayfield under center. It looks like it's going to be Hines getting the carry. He put one on the ground. He gets stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It's a big stop for the Kansas City Chiefs, bringing up a second and goal. Detroit on 3rd and 18. Rivers dropping all the way back. Dropping back as far as he can. Throws up a jump ball. And it is incomplete. Almost caught. But instead, Detroit's going to have to punt the ball back to the Dallas Cowboys. As Kansas City and Cleveland hit the 2-minute warning. Detroit and Dallas at the 5:53 mark in the second quarter. A reminder to everybody out there, we've got the Super Bowl coming up just after this one. We'll have a quick pregame show. We'll roll it up, and we will crown a champion here for Season 35 as we head towards Season 36 and the 5-year anniversary of the Madden Bomber League. Second down and goal. Flag on the play. It looks like it's going to be against the defense. They'll get a yard on it. Yeah, you're seeing Bomber drop back hard. The edge of the Lions' offensive line, the right side of the line, having trouble containing that pass rush, and because of that, you're seeing Philip Rivers having to drop back, and he is no spring chicken. That is correct, October. As Baker Mayfield on second goal, back to the end zone, has a man. It's David Njoku, high pass, and Njoku brings it down. Cleveland gets a much-needed touchdown with 1:57 to go in the first half. Kansas City stormed out to the lead. Cleveland responds. Now what will Kansas City do? The 7-point lead, and 1:57 to go. Motor in the chat saying that high point was nice. Jeff Driscoll joined us in the chat. Good to see you, Jeff. Thanks for hanging out with us. Astro, I don't mind the aggressive down inside the goal line for no reason other than you saw they got an offsides there. It got them a yard. You're not worried about yardage at that point. You're worried about keeping them out of the end zone. So a little advantage at the defensive line position trying to get to the quarterback. I got no problem with that. Minute 53 to go for the Kansas City Chiefs as we got double box action. Big 3rd and 3 for the Dallas Cowboys. They're still shut out at home, needing some points on the board. Dak Prescott under center with that 3-wide set. He's dropping back on 3rd and 3. Looks over the middle, almost picked off, and they're going to have to punt. Patty Mahomes on 1st and 10. Takes a deep shot to the right side. That's a bad throw. That's exactly what you didn't want to do, is throw a pick. It wasn't open at any point. King trying to return it. 20, 15. He's inside the 10, and Cleveland gets the gift they've been looking for, and that is why. That is exactly why I predicted the Browns to win this game, because we've seen it so many times. Teams jump out to big leads, maybe 2 scores on Cleveland. Cleveland gets one back right at the end of the half. We saw it in a game earlier this year. All of a sudden, Kansas City trying to make something happen to go back up 2 scores. They throw just an absolutely inexcusable pass. And Cleveland now with great field position. What a diving play. 1st and 10. Big defensive play by the Kansas City Chiefs. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10. Let's go full screen of that game. Yeah, Campbell, that absolutely terrible pass. Absolutely awful, horrible pass. Come on, Astro, you gotta know. You gotta know who Jeff Driscoll is. Jeff, is there some place I can look at the rules for this league? Go to I think it's on 365.maddenbomberleague.com. I think somebody might be able to post it. As Baker Mayfield rolling out on 2nd down and 10, he'll chuck it out of bounds. I think it's on our Daddy League site, daddyleagues.com/MBL. You can click on the rules tab there, see the rules for the MBL. Yeah, under oath, it's the JB gift. Just an absolutely inexcusable deep ball as on 2nd down and 9. It is Philip Rivers finding a man underneath, diving for the first down, and he picks it up at the 41-yard line. Kansas City can get a much-needed pickup for their offense. 3rd and 10, needing a stop 4-man rush from the Chiefs. Baker rolls out to the left side, waiting, looking. Nobody's open. Breaks 1 tackle. Cannot break the second. The Chiefs' defense stands tall. They take a timeout, but you got to think, what's going on the sidelines? Patty, what are you doing? Why are you chucking that one down? Thank you. Kick is up. It is good. 17-13 the score. Kansas City going to get the ball back with 1:19 and 1 touchdown now. Phillip Rivers on 1st and 10. Going to check that out of bounds. Let's go full screen to Dallas and Detroit. Tout, join us in the chat. What's going on, Tout? Hope you're having a happy holidays. Asher saying Lions Cowboys been kind of quiet. Yeah, we had the desync early. Detroit got up early in the first quarter, but since then it's been sort of defensive. A lot of stops on each side. 2nd down and 10 for the Lions. It is Phillip Rivers dropping back. It's a big blitz. Picked up nicely. Finally finds a man over the middle. Boy, what a job by the Detroit offensive line. That is why that happened. It was nothing more than a heavy blitz brought by the Dallas Cowboys, giving Phillip Rivers time to find Martavis Bryant over the middle. It's 3 catches, 79 yards, and a touchdown on the day. Flag down on the play. This one's coming back. Goes for the hurdle. Gets absolutely flipped. It's going to be coming back for a offensive pass interference against Travis Kelce. Going to set up with a 1st and 20. Lions, they are facing a 1st and 10 on the 37-yard line. Phillip Rivers under center, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Bryant to the left side, Corey Coleman on the right side. Haven't heard Corey Coleman's name today, but just wait if they are able to get a deep pass. This is Malik Hawley over the left side. He's got some room. Spin move back inside, down to the 14-yard line. What a run by Malik Hawley. The Dallas Cowboys brought the blitz. The offensive line created a nice hole on the left side for Hawley, the rookie, who has really transformed this Detroit rushing attack. They're inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. Patty Mahomes on 1st and 20. Trying to take off. He'll chuck this out of bounds. Going to bring up a 2nd and long. Wildcat formation. Donnell Pumphrey coming in motion. He's going to take the carry. Spins. Tries to get away from the defender, but a good tackle on the interior. I think that was Vander Esch with the tackle. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Don't miss out on that Super Bowl, the season 35 Super Bowl coming up later tonight. 2nd down and 20 for Patty Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Dropping back to pass, full wide receiver set, looks right up the seam, and Bananas was waiting for that one. I won't tell you. That was, you could see him using right there. Flag down on the play. They're going to block in the back to bring it back, but come on. You had to see it. You had to see it. Another bad throw. That's the difference. Kansas City had the big lead, and I don't feel very confident. Yep, baited into that one. Handoff to Hawley on 3rd and 4 for the Lions. Very conservative call on 3rd and 4, and Hawley goes nowhere. So I'm going to bring up a 4th and 5. They're going to have to settle for a field goal. Nearing the 2-minute warning as Kajus goes down on that play. Lions will take this down to the 2-minute warning and attempt their field goal. Game's almost caught up. Campbell saying, try to give the game away. Yeah, it's easy to say from up here, and I'm sure if you've watched my games, you've seen way too many bad throws from me. But that was an easy bait for Bananas. You knew it was probably a cover 3 on defense on 2nd down and long. You knew that he was going to be looking up the seam. That's just too easy. It's going to bring up 3rd and 15. Big sack. 3rd sack of the day for the Kansas City defense, who's played very well against this Cleveland offense. Dallas returning the kick on the left side of your screen. They're going to have a chance to put some points on the board. 1:52 to go. They have all 3 timeouts. 3rd and 15 now for the Cleveland Browns. It is Baker Mayfield on the shotgun. 3 wide receivers. 2 to the left side, 1 to the right side. David Njoku, the tight end, on the right side of that formation as well on 3rd down and 15. It's a looks like a blitz being brought by the Kansas City Chiefs. Little delayed blitz. Looking to Njoku on the left side, who breaks a tackle, but is going to get pushed out of bounds at the 19-yard line. And once again, as we find out, Kajus will not be able to return to the game. Once again, the Kansas City defense bailing out a poor decision by JB, by Patty Mahomes, by whoever you want to blame. It was ugly. Settling for a field goal attempt. Well, you can see it on the bottom side. I don't know. He's got it cranked way to the right, but we'll see if this one goes through. It does. That one pretty forgiving. Cleveland uses a timeout. Clock was stopped. Okay. Campbell, yes, I am the Falcons. Kick is away, and the Kansas City Chiefs, they'll have a limited time. You got to think, just sit on the ball. As trying to make something happen in the kick game. Let's go full screen to Dallas and Detroit, as you've got to think. If you're Kansas City, please mercifully take a knee. You've blown a 17-3 lead, and you got to come out for the second half. They're coming out in the Wildcat. Yeah, I would assume that was. He was jamming on that timeout button. A real Hugh Jackson move, by the way. As Hunt's going to take the snap. He'll be taken down, and it's going to go to halftime in the AFC Championship game with a score 17-16, Kansas City on top by a point. Look at that form. Look at him shuffle down the sidelines. Oh, boy, showing off the fundamentals. Worst part for Kansas City is Cleveland gets the ball to start the second half. Second down to 10 for Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Rolling out to the left side, waiting, chucks it up, floats it up, and tries to find Randall Cobb. Boy, Dak Prescott, 6 of 11, 66 yards, and a touchdown. And he hasn't made a whole lot of good throws. He's had a couple in tight coverage that his wide receivers have made nice catches. The Lions' secondary and middle linebackers. We talked about Gerard Davis, how many interceptions. He has 9 on the season. One of the best middle linebackers at forcing turnovers, doing some great work in coverage. Yeah, I love the Wildcat. It's my favorite thing in the world. Third down to 10. Dak Prescott dropping back. 4-man rush from the Detroit Lions. Stepping up in the pocket. Waiting. Nobody open. Looks up to the wheel route, and there's somebody open. That's Theo Riddick, the former Lion, making his former team play down to the 21-yard line. Nobody covered the running back on the wheel. No pressure from the defensive line, and that's what can happen. When there's no pressure, when you got a wheel route coming out of the backfield, especially against cover 3, they're going to find a gap in the zone. Easy pitch and catch for Dak Prescott. Rusta Busta joining us in the chat. What's going on, Rusta? Hope you're having a wonderful day. So we got the Super Bowl coming up later today. Do not miss it. It's going to be immediately following this broadcast. First down to 10. Prescott looks over the middle of the field, has a man in the end zone, and is batted away once again. And that was who else but big play Slay, Darius Slay, with the bat. 1st and 5, Baker Mayfield gets sacked on the play. Hillis comes around the edge. The Kansas City defense. Couple sacks in the day. Is that the 4th on the day for Kansas City? And that's why Kansas City's still leading this game, up 17-3, but 2 bad turnovers by Patty Mahomes, and the defense was able to hold Cleveland out of the end zone as Zeke Elliott is taken down at the 7-yard line. 30 seconds and counting. Dallas 2 timeouts. Might be 1. I think they just used one. And a big play in Cleveland. As we talked about, so many turnovers from JB. Baker Mayfield putting one on the ground. Kansas City picking it up at the 19-yard line. Oh, boy. A big turnover once again. 2 fumbles for the Cleveland Browns. One from Nyheim Hines. One from Baker Mayfield. 1st and goal for Dak Prescott. Stepping up, waiting. He's going to take off. He's going to dive forward and get taken down to the 4-yard line. That clock's running. Let's get quickly to double box action. As you can see, both these teams fighting inside the red zone. 2nd and goal, 13 seconds and counting for Dallas. It's a handoff to Zeke Elliott. Big tackle. Ball's on the ground. Is picked up by one of their offensive linemen. Oh, almost disaster for Dallas. As Zeke Elliott, only 1 fumble on the year, puts his 2nd one on the ground. They're going to overturn it. Doesn't really matter, as I think they gained yards on the recovery, but it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. Dallas, 1 timeout remaining. They'll have a chance to take a shot in the end zone. 2nd and 8 on the left side of your screen, looking for a screen pass, and it's almost picked off. Did JB, play the first quarter and then put his controller down and let his 5-year-old sister play? Because what we have seen from him here since then, since they were up 17-3, is just a cavalcade of bad throws. Halfback wham for Zeke Elliott. He'll get into the end zone. Dallas gets on the board. You had to think it was coming. You had to see the formation and think the wham was coming, and Zeke Elliott finds the end zone. 3rd and 8 for JB and the Kansas City Chiefs. Pat Mahomes in the shotgun, 3 wide receivers, dropping back to pass, 4-man rush from the Cleveland Browns. Looking at Travis Kelce, high pass, batted away, and Kansas City will have to settle for a field goal off the fumble. Yeah, Ric Flair. If Kansas City wins, it's an upset. Absolutely. 2-time Super Bowl champions, number 1 seed, home field advantage. Yeah, it's absolutely an upset if Kansas City wins. The way JB's been playing, though, since the first quarter, I think Cleveland may run away with this one, even though they're down 4 right now. I mean, the Cowboys do get the touchdown at the end of the half. It's a nice drive. The bigger concern isn't that Dallas scored. It's the fact that Detroit up 13-0. They weren't able to get in the end zone on their last drive. They really haven't done a whole lot since the touchdown to Marty Bryant. You worry about that offense if they are able to get going. So we'll stay double box for just a moment. Kansas City and Cleveland into the second half. Detroit and Dallas about to be there, as it looks like it's going to be just a draw play to Malik Ali, trying to find something up the middle. And that's going to take us to the end of the first half. In the NFC Championship game, the score in that one, Detroit holding a slim 6-point lead, 13-7 in that one. And it looks like the Dallas Cowboys can get the ball to start the second half. 1st and 10 on the left side of your screen for Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns. Only down 4 after being down 14. They've been able to come back in this game. Blitz coming up the middle. It's picked up nicely. They find Josh Gordon, trying to get him out of bounds. Breaks one tackle in the tackle battle and is able to be taken down at the 47-yard line. Up in the chat saying 2 great games so far. Certainly very competitive, very evenly matched teams. 1st and 10 for Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns. Looks like it's going to be a handoff to Nyheim Hines over the left side. Gets caught on his own blocker, trying to make something happen, but he's going to be taken down to the 44-yard line. Loss of 3 on the play. Dak Prescott on 1st down. Going to hand it to Zeke Elliott over the left side. He'll pick up a couple to the 46-yard line. Bring up a 2nd and 4 for Dallas. As Zeke Elliott's been held in check for the most part. Bot saying both games will come to the wire, I feel. It's certainly possible. 2nd and 13, it's going to be Nyheim Hines once again trying to get something over the right side. But this defensive line for Kansas City is winning the battle up front. They have wreaked havoc against this offensive line, stopping the run game, getting a couple sacks, and now a 3rd and 12 for Baker Mayfield. And the Cleveland Browns down 4, dropping back to pass on 3rd and 12. Waiting, looks over to the out route on the right side. Nobody home. That one sails out of bounds, and Kansas City's defense stands tall once again. Remember, folks, Cleveland has 16 points. They have had 2 drives that have started inside the opponent's 30-yard line. That's the turnovers from the Kansas City Chiefs have actually left the defense out on an island, and nonetheless, they've played phenomenally. As on 3rd and 13, Dallas looking for a big conversion. They find it. Give him 15 yards on that play. Nice throw from Dak Prescott. Let's go full screen to the NFC Championship game. Dubers in the chat saying Browns a second half team. Colby is late, but he is here. Good to see you, Colbs. Happy holidays to you and your family, and a happy new year to everybody out there. I'm OSU, your NBL Network Director. Thanks for tuning in to NBL Live Broadcast 261. Deep pass for Zeke Elliott. Over the top, he makes the catch and then drops it at the end. Gonna bring up a 2nd and 10. NBL Live 261, and don't worry, you see 2 games on right now. These are our 2 championship games. Right after these games, we're gonna advance it, and we're gonna go right to the Super Bowl tonight. All happening right here on the NBL Network. What a phenomenal night of NBL football. Quick pass underneath. Randall Cobb, tight coverage, cannot make the catch. 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Play action pass for Patty Mahomes. Looks over the middle of the field in tight coverage, and Ty Hill cannot make the catch. And that's what we've seen from Patty Mahomes. He is 4 of 13 for 115, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. He has been, frankly, horrendous. The MVP being the most valuable bust right now here on NBL Live, but his team up 20-16, and if it doesn't matter if it's pretty, a win gets you the Super Bowl. Deep pass over the right side, a little comeback route for Allen Hurns. Bad usering from Bomber. Boy, you don't see that too often. Missing the tackle. Luckily, Hurns runs out of bounds at the 28-yard line. First and 10 for Dak Prescott, dropping back. Offensive line holding up, looking underneath. It's Will Tye. He drops it. Haven't seen a lot from Will Tye recently. We talked about last season how important Will Tye was to the offense. Dak Prescott relied on him like a safety blanket. The Dallas Cowboys, though, got a wide receiver core this year. That's very good. Randall Cobb Pettis playing very well. We haven't seen Will Tye have a lot of catches, especially late in the season. And right there might have been part of the reason why. Ty put that one on the ground. He certainly should have caught it. On 2nd down and 10, looking out to the flat to Zeke Elliott. It is caught. That uses the running back so effectively in Dallas. 1st and 10 for Patty Mahomes, rolling out to the right side. He's got nobody open. He's going to take a sack. He was looking to chuck it up. And who else but Myles Garrett getting in on the play? Haven't heard from him today. He gets his first sack. Going to bring up a 2nd and long as Kansas City is stuck in this rut of looking deep down the field. And they're getting killed. Even though they're winning. They're getting killed. 3rd and 3. Big 3rd down for the Dallas Cowboys. Looks up the seam. Finds Allen Hurns. Makes a catch. Breaks 2 tackles. That's a man's move right there for Allen Hurns as he gets into the end zone. And Dallas is a kick away from taking the lead at home as Allen Hurns making Allen hurt as the Detroit Lions try to make the play. But it is just too much of the wide receiver as he finds the end zone. The former Jaguar puts his team up 1. What a play from Dak and Hurns as the Cowboys have come all the way back from down 13-0. Shotgun formation for Patty Mahomes here on a big 3rd and long. Dropping back on 3rd and 16, 4-man rush from the Cleveland Browns, and he's going to take another sack. And Kansas City is in the offensive shambles right now, as Emmanuel Ogbah with the sack, and Cleveland's going to get great field position after their 2nd sack of the day, their 2nd one of the drive. And Cleveland, you know, is chomping at the bit to find the end zone and defend their 2-time champion here in the NBL. Looking to make it 3. As Jabril Peppers takes the return over the left side. Great field position inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Detroit with the ball back. They've also stalled offensively a little bit. Philip Rivers hasn't been able to do a whole lot. Floats it over to the left side. Oh, what a catch. Oh, what a catch on the left side. Was that Marty Bryant with the catch on the left side? Oh, what a play. As Detroit picks up a big 1st down. Handoff to Nyheim Hines, makes a cut. He's got a 1st down. He's got more. 20, 15, too much speed from Hines. And just like that, the Browns are back on top. And by back on top, they're in a place they haven't been all day today. Down 17-3. They're up 22-20 as Nyheim Hines puts a little ketchup on it as he finds the end zone the first time the run game has got going. And Cleveland, oh, what a job they have done defensively. And now finally offense gets going. Kick is up. It is good. Cleveland has a 3-point lead. Oh, and we've got 2 comebacks in the making. Both of the underdogs, they had early leads. They looked to be in control, and both of the teams that were favored to win this game, the 2 teams that represented the AFC and NFC last year in the Super Bowl, they've come all the way back. Dallas up 1. Detroit with the ball on 2nd and 5. Rolling out, looking deep down the field. Has a man, but is overthrown by Philip Rivers. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 5. We've seen Detroit get a little deep pass heavy with Philip Rivers. It's been a lot of chuck and pray. They've gotten their wide receivers open downfield, but Detroit may not have the personnel to work underneath against this very athletic Dallas secondary. Rivers dropping back on 3rd and 5. Looks over the middle of the field. Has a man. It is Marty Bryant. Did he make the catch? He did not. And Detroit's going to have to punt it back. Another deep ball and another incompletion as the Dallas secondary doing a nice job of keeping these Detroit wide receivers in front of them and making the play on the ball as it gets there. Detroit up 13-0, but they've given up 14 unanswered, and they're giving it back to the Dallas offense. Maybe needing a turnover. We saw a couple turnovers early from Dak Prescott. He's cleaned it up late, able to find the end zone. Dallas with the advantage with a 1-point lead on the other side. Kansas City complete collapse. Up 17-3. Cleveland now up 23-20. Kansas City with the ball. 2nd down and 9 for Pat Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. He's got 2 wide receivers, 1 to each side. Kareem Hunt in the backfield. He's going to drop back to pass. On 2nd and 9, he's going to take the underneath, completes it near the 1st down mark. Calm down at the 36-yard line. As it was Holland with the catch. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 for Kansas City. As Zeke Elliott with a nice run on the left side. Flag down. That one's probably coming back, though, for a block in the back, and it is going to set up a 1st and 15. Third down and 1. Toss play to Kareem Hunt. Oh, nice spin move back inside. The user over pursued, and Kansas City picks up a huge 1st down on a 3rd and short. As we're in double box right now, handoff to Mark Ingram up the middle. Not Melvin Ingram. If Melvin Ingram was in at running back, we'd have a rules violation. A very slow defensive player at running back. Mark Ingram, though, he picks up a couple, maybe a yard on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 14 as both these teams on the other side of midfield. So we'll stay with double box action right now. Don't forget Super Bowl coming up next. 2nd and 14, play action, pass, and a big sack. Ball's on the ground. Who's going to get there first? It's going to be Detroit getting the turnover they need. As Sean Lee recovers it, Dak Prescott put it on the ground, and Detroit has the ball at the 7-yard line. Oh, big play. I said, needed the turnover, get something to turn it around. Well, how about you only need 7 yards to get back on top? You only need a field goal. You can kick it right now, but you know they're looking for 7. It's a pistol formation for Philip Rivers. 3 wide receivers. It's a handoff to Malik Ali. The blocking was good out there for a second, but just couldn't hang on. It's going to get nothing on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd goal from the 7-yard line as Detroit a huge turnover forced. Dak Prescott putting it on the ground. Shotgun formation for Pat Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. 30 seconds to go in the third quarter for them. Only three-man rush from the Browns and a nice throw from Patty Mahomes, finding Tyreek Hill at the 40-yard line. Ooh, that's the best throw we've seen Pat Mahomes make since the first quarter. In between the cover three and making a nice, accurate touch pass as Jabril Peppers with the tackle at the 40-yard line. Donnell Pumphrey trying to get that swing pass, and Detroit was ready for it. Now 3rd and goal from the 12-yard line. They've only gone backwards since the fumble. 1st and 10 for Pat Mahomes as the blitz is coming. He's got to get rid of it. He gets hit as he throws. Luckily, no Cleveland Browns in the vicinity. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. Big 3rd and goal for the Detroit Lions. 3 wide receivers on the left side, 1 tight end on the right. Pump fake over to the left side for Phillip Rivers. He's waiting. He's looking. He's got nobody open. Only a 3-man rush from the Cowboys. He'll chuck it out of bounds. Ooh, late hit on Rivers, but Detroit, they'll settle for the field goal. They'll settle for the lead, and they hope their defense is going to be able to come up with something else. Got to make the field goal. Nod the Montreal. What in-game year is this? I believe this is the 2020 year. It's the 3rd year of the cycle. So 2018, 2019, 2020. This is the end of the 2020 year going into 2021. 3rd year of the cycle going to the 4th year. October saying bomber pressing needs to calm down. Yeah, there's a lot of pressing. Maybe getting a little too cute inside the red zone, but the Lions have always struggled inside the red zone. They've had powerful offenses. We've seen high power, lots of scoring in every cycle from the Detroit Lions, but the red zone has never been their strength. It's always been deep passes, using the space of the field. Once they get inside the red zone, they have struggled in the past. Patty Mahomes throwing out on a little swing pass to Kareem Hunt, who breaks one tackle. He's into the inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. As Mahomes, a nice play call there from JB. It's Kareem Hunt shaking off the defender and getting down to the 4-yard line. Thanks for saying please no Z-Star versus Nanas. A lot of game left in both of these. Flag down on the play in Dallas. And I think that's going to be an intentional grounding. Going to bring up a 2nd and 21 as Prescott chucked that one away with nobody in the area. 1st and goal, though, for the Kansas City Chiefs, looking to find the end zone and take back the lead that they had 17-3. It's Mahomes dropping back. 4-man rush from the Cleveland Browns. Back in the end zone. High pass. Travis Kelce bringing it down. Little taste of banana zone medicine. Got a big tight end in the back of the end zone. Put it up for him. Let the big boy come down with the catch. That's Kansas City reclaiming the lead. 26-23. Pending this extra point. 5:39 to go in the game. Kick is up. It is good. Kansas City back out by 4. 2 fantastic games right now, folks. Very close battles as these are coming down to the wire. 3rd quarter in the NFC Championship game, 3rd and 21 for Dak Prescott on the right side of your screen. He's got 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 over to the right side. 1 tight end, that's Will Tye on the right side of the formation. Prescott dropping back on 3rd and 21. 3-man rush, looking for a deep pass down the left side, looking for Hearns, and a great defensive play downfield. Detroit's defense has been, I think, the best unit on the field in all of these games. Both games, the Detroit defense has been absolutely phenomenal, keeping Dallas on their heels, forcing a couple turnovers. Kansas City's defense has been phenomenal too, but Detroit's defense has been something else, keeping everything in front of them and playing some very sound football. Baker Mayfield, play action on 1st and 10. Rolling out to the right side. He's got nobody open. He's going to chuck it out of bounds. Bring up a 2nd and 10. The pass rush for all these teams playing very well right now. Colonel Sanders 94 in the chat saying Chiefs told BR earlier today that they like Kelce's jumping ability, his ability to catch the high pass, and he proved it right there. Pretty straightforward. Big athletic tight end. You gotta get your key players into the game, and Kelce is one of those. 2nd down to 10 for Baker Mayfield as Phillip Rivers rolling out on 1st and 10. Looks over to the right side. Has a man. It is complete inside the 50. Detroit down to the 48-yard line. Big play there as Nyheim Hines on 2nd down and 10. He'll catch a pass on the little angle route. He'll get a 1st down. Both these teams just crossed over midfield, so we'll stay in double box action with the Super Bowl coming up. We're crowning the champion tonight, folks, here on NBL Live 261. Mayfield in the shotgun. Play action pass. We saw Graham Glasgow, the offensive lineman for the Lions, go down in the other game. That's going to be intentional grounding. Ooh, boy, you got to have somebody, you got to get out of the pocket. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 23 for the Cleveland Browns. The Kansas City pass rush doing it once again. Big penalty. The second intentional grounding we've seen in the last about 5 minutes. Play action pass for Philip Rivers on 2nd and 10 in the NFC Championship game. Looks over to the left side. Has a man inside the 20, inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. The Lions looking to extend their lead as Graham Glasgow with those bruised ribs should be fine to return. Dallas in trouble right now as Detroit's looking to punch it in from 13 out. Woo! Lot of action tonight. 1st and 10 for the Detroit Lions. I formation. 2 wide receivers over to the left side. It's going to be dropping back to pass Philip Rivers. Blitz coming. Picked up nicely. Lobbing back at the end zone looking for Marty Bryant, but nobody home. Baker Mayfield on 3rd and 24. He's going to chuck it up deep down the field looking for Jarvis Landry, and it is batted away, and the Kansas City Chiefs get a stop and won what they needed badly. 4:39 to go. They're looking to put the screws on Cleveland. Maybe get some points on this drive, extend their lead, and use that clock. NBL rules state you cannot chew the clock until under 2 minutes to go, so there's still plenty of time, but Kansas City getting the ball back. They'll look to put on a little methodical drive as they'll start inside the 20-yard line. 2nd and 10 for the Lions. 3 wide receivers, 2 over to the left side, 1 over to the right side. Nelson Aguilar, who's been hurt most of the year. He's back, and he's on the right side of that formation. Tyler Eifert, the tight end, also on the right side. As Philip Rivers drops back on 2nd and 10. Steps up, looks underneath, completes it, spin move, trying to get there. Cannot get to the first down markers. That game is going to go to the 4th quarter. Big 3rd and 2. For the Detroit Lions, looking to extend their lead, and a touchdown would be oh so big. 1st and 10 for Patty Mahomes. Little post route to Tyreek Hill, who's been so good all year long for the Kansas City Chiefs. And right there, Mahomes, 11 to 22, 219, 2 touchdowns. He has gotten a lot better in the last about quarter. That's when he's really turned his game on. 3rd and 2, it's going to be handoff to Malik Ali, and the Dallas defense gets a big stop. Detroit has not been able to run the ball inside the red zone, and you've seen the Detroit offensive line struggle to give Malik Ali any sort of room. They're going to have to settle for a field goal attempt from the 6-yard line. Chip shot field goal. 23-yard attempt. 1st and 10, Pat Mahomes. Trying to downfield. Oh, what a throw. Oh, what a throw from Patty Mahomes. Detroit, 5-point lead, 19-14. Across his body, puts it on the money. As Sammy Watkins coming all the way across the field. Let's go full screen to that game. Kansas City threatening at 3:41 mark. Gibbs saying Lions versus Chiefs Super Bowl real Christmas present. Hand off to Kareem Hunt. Breaks 1 tackle. Breaks another. Flag down on the play. Late flag. That's going to be a hold. It's going to bring it back. That's a big penalty. Oh, it's a block in the back on Ty Hill on the outside. Set up a 1st and 13 after a nice run by Kareem Hunt. 3:30 to go. Boy, this one's going to come down to the wire. Can the Cleveland defense man up and make a big play? Dallas has the ball on the small screen on the left side. Dak Prescott looking deep down the field. Has a man. It is complete inside the 40. A nice play there from Dak. Let's go double boxes. Both these teams threatening big portions of both of these games in the 4th quarter. Hoping for at least maybe one blowout so I could easily set up the pregame while we're running, but that's not happening. That is not happening as these 2 games coming down to the wire, and gotta love having the Super Show, being able to see both of them on screen at once. These are 2 phenomenal championship games. I formation for Patty Mahomes on 2nd and 13. Handoff to Kareem Hunt right up the middle, and the Cleveland defense stands tall. Brings him down after a short game. Going to set up a 3rd and 11. And what does Kansas City do? Do they dare try to throw for the first down? Do they just try to kick a field goal here and go up by a full touchdown? 3:14 and counting in that one. Dak Prescott dropping back on 2nd and 11. Looks underneath. Gets hit as he threw. He finds Randall Cobb, who gets the first down marker. What a throw from Dak Prescott. He got absolutely obliterated as he threw that ball, but Randall Cobb was there. It was a nice throw on the money. First down for Dallas. 3rd and 11 for Kansas City on the left side of your screen in the AFC Championship game. Dropping back. Patty Mahomes, waiting, looking, takes a sack. That's the one thing you can't do is they're out of field goal range. They're going to have to punt it away, and that is a huge blunder once again by JB, by Patty Mahomes. You can't take a sack there and get out of field goal range as Cleveland, with 2:41 and counting, going to get the ball back. A bad punt, too, as Cleveland's going to get it at the 20-yard line. They've got all 3 timeouts, an opportunity to go down and create heartbreak for the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, 2 very tight ones, Timbo. It's been that way since about halftime. These were 2 games. It was a blowout early. Kansas City up 17-3. Detroit up 13-0. But the favorites have come back. Nyheim Hines, big hole over the left side. He's going to get Big play. Allen Hurns with the catch. Trying to get to the end zone. He's down to the 1-yard line. 19 yards on the play as Dak Prescott finding Allen Hurns once again. He has one big touchdown. He almost had another. Dallas 1 yard away from reclaiming the lead. One yard out, you gotta think it is Zeke the Freak. Time to give him the ball. It's his quarterback sneak, though. No Zeke the Freak, just quarterback sneak for Dak Prescott into the end zone. Callaway, juke move on the small screen. He's inside the 20. Another juke move down to the 18-yard line. That's gonna hit the 2-minute warning, and Cleveland is 18 yards out from reclaiming the lead. Dallas has reclaimed the lead. At home, they're up 20-19. They're gonna go for 2 and try to get to a field goal advantage. You know, Bomber doesn't like going for these 2-point conversions. Dallas is confident, hands to Zeke Elliott. Big stop at the goal line. Oh, what a play by the Detroit defense. Dallas, though, still with the lead. Let's go to KC and Cleveland. Big plays all around Cleveland. They're 18 yards away. The 2-minute warning. Oh, these are coming down to the wire. Baker Mayfield looking to become big play Baker. 1st and 10. Shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers on the left side, 1 tight end on the right side of that formation for Baker Mayfield. He's got Nyheim Hines on his right hip. Dropping back. Looking to the flat, completes to Jarvis Landry. Nice tackle in the open field, only 3 yards on the play. He's going to bring up a 2nd and 7. And what a job by Nyheim Hines staying in the backfield to pass block and picking up a rusher. Shotgun formation for Baker Mayfield. 2 wide receivers over the left side, 2 tight ends, 1 on each side of the formation. Nyheim Hines in the backfield. Dropping back is Baker Mayfield. Blitz picked up. Looks over to the left side. Has a man. It is Josh Gordon. Spins off a 1. Down to the 4-yard line. Josh Gordon with a huge catch. Now you get into Kansas City. They've got all 3 timeouts, but Cleveland can kill the clock legally right now. See if Cleveland decides to use some time. 1st down and goal for Baker Mayfield. And the Cleveland Browns looking for their 3rd straight Super Bowl title. 2 wide receivers over the left side. Hand off to Nyheim Hines right up the middle. Nothing going there. Down to the 3. It's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Kansas City and Cleveland look content to make this the last drive. Oh, what a big play. What a big drive it would be for Cleveland. And we knew it was going to be... We knew that Kansas City was in trouble when they took that sack. Kept them out of field goal range. Could have been up by a touchdown with a field goal. Instead, they have to punt. And just like that, look how close Cleveland is. 3 yards out, 53 seconds left. Toss play to Nyheim Hines over the right side. Cuts it up the middle. Can't get there. Big tackle to 1. And Kansas City does use a timeout. 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. They need a touchdown. They cannot settle for a 3-pointer here. They need all 6. They're a yard away. It's going to be a 3 tight end set. It's an I formation with Nyheim Hines at the top of that I. 2 tight ends over to the right. 1 to the left side. Kansas City's defense. They're trying to stop him, but Baker Mayfield sneaks in behind the center, and big play Baker puts the Browns on the cusp of a 3rd straight AFC championship and looking for a 3rd straight Super Bowl title. Here in season 35, 29-27. 48 seconds left. Plenty of time for Kansas City to get down the field. Kick is up. It is good. It is 30-27. I realize I got really Gus Johnson right there. It is up. It is good. All day long. Here on the NBL Network. Yeah, that's what I got. Nyers 3. Nyers 3 in the chat saying great stuff, NBL. Appreciate the love, my friend. Appreciate the love from everybody out there hanging out with us tonight. We got a Super Bowl coming up. It's Ball Tapper now following here on Twitch. Appreciate the follow, my friend. Make sure you stay tuned. We got a Super Bowl coming up right after this. We're advancing the league, and we're rolling right into a Super Bowl broadcast. We're going to go double box right now as Detroit, looking underneath, completes it. It's a nice throw. I think that's Nelson Aguilar with the catch down to the 13-yard line, 2:12 and counting. And Detroit coming up with another big drive. They're only down by 1. Nelson Aguilar's first catch of the day. Kansas City, they've got 2 timeouts. They're on the left side of the screen. They need a field goal. Pump fake for Patty Mahomes. Waiting, looking, lobbing, has a man over the top, and Tyreek Hill, he can't make the catch. It was Jabril Peppers trying to make a play and bats it out of the hands. He thought he had the big play that he needed. Instead, the Cleveland defense coming up huge on that play. Dark Knight saying Detroit nearly had this in hand, only need a 1st down and a field goal. It's true, 1st down and 10. Dallas does have all 3 timeouts, though. I formation for Detroit on the right side of the screen. Patty Mahomes in the shotgun on the left side. Quick throw up the seam. It's Tyreek Hill. Nobody matched up on him, and Patty Mahomes recognized it and found him down to the 41-yard line. Only one timeout remaining, but 33 seconds left and a big first down. Tyreek Hill, 5 catches, 140 yards. Tyreek Hill has been just absolutely phenomenal. Second down and 16 for Detroit on the right side of the screen in the NFC Championship game. First and 10, 33 seconds to go on the left side of the screen. We're going to stay double box with both these games because these are key moments. First and 10 for Patty Mahomes. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left side, 1 over the right side. Mahomes with Kareem Hunt on his right hip in the shotgun. They need to probably get just past the 40-yard line to have a chance at a field goal. He drops back. He takes a sack. A second horrible sack taken by Pat Mahomes. And who else but Myles Garrett making the play. Timeout taken. None left for Kansas City. And boy, oh boy, we're going to look back at the blunders from the Kansas City Chiefs. They're not able to come back in this game. Todd's saying best 2 conference championships in a while. These are 2 phenomenal games, and we're so happy that you're joining us to see them here on the screen at the same time. We love showing you 2 games live at once. 3rd and 18 for the Detroit Lions. Dallas 1 timeout remaining. Detroit looks like they're going to be content to just sort of run the ball, use that last timeout, and trust their defense. Dropping back. Mahomes taking a deep shot into double coverage on the left side, and it's going to be picked off by Green. And Cleveland, you will have a chance for a 3rd straight Super Bowl as Kansas City throws it, sacks it, just gives away this game. And Cleveland's going to come out on top with an absolutely monumental victory in this one. As it's victory formation for Big Play Baker. They will represent the AFC for the 3rd straight year. The Browns looking for their 5th straight title as a team. Banana's looking for his 3rd straight as an owner. We will have a chance at a 3-peat in just about 20 minutes here on the NBL Network. But we got to fill out that other spot as Detroit kicks the field goal. They went on their own little drive. They put themselves up by 2. Dallas only needs a field goal with 1:44 to go to create a rematch in the Super Bowl. Detroit, though, with a big drive there to get down the field. Let's see if Dallas can do anything on this return down to the 25-yard line. There we go. We got it. Full screen. 2nd and 6. Dropping back to pass. Dak Prescott. Quick throw over to the left side. Zeke Elliott with the catch at the 37-yard line. 1:19. And counting in a first down for Dallas. No timeout, so they have got to keep it rolling. They need a field goal. They're the 37-yard line. Hearns coming in motion on 1st and 10. It is Dak Prescott driving back. Blitz coming around the left side. Picked up nicely. Finds Hearns underneath. But Hearns cannot make a man miss. He's going to be taken down after only a 3-yard gain. And that's where this is a little concerning if you're Dallas. You've worked underneath a ton. I had to get it to the full screen. I didn't. 2nd and 6. Leave me alone. Dak Prescott on 2nd down, waiting, looks over the middle, throws it right to the user. Detroit with the pick. Detroit has unseated Dallas and will represent the NFC with a huge defensive stand. Oh my, a bad throw from Dak. 3 turnovers from the Cowboys. And Z-Star, once again, heartbreak. Looking for a title, cannot find it. It's victory formation, and Bomber will be looking for his 1st Super Bowl title since season 27. We're in season 35. It was a time when Bomber was in every Super Bowl as the Detroit Lions were a power. It's been a struggle for a while. So much parity, but the commish will be back in the Super Bowl as the Detroit Lions defeat the Dallas Cowboys. 2 games come down to the wire. Can the Lions create... can the Lions stop this powerhouse Browns team from winning a 3rd straight title? We will see in about 10 minutes here on the NBL Network. Excuse me while I'm quiet for a second to set up for the pregame for the Super Bowl. All right, nailed it. Get it. Again, folks, don't go anywhere. We've got the Super Bowl coming up in just about 10 minutes. We just got to advance the league. We got to advance it. They got to get their training done, and then they're going to get in the lobby and get going. Your AFC champion Cleveland Browns versus your NFC champion Detroit Lions. What a matchup here in the Season 35 Super Bowl. What a night so far. Two phenomenal games. I'm a little exhausted. I'll be honest. I'm a little sad Bomber is in the Super Bowl. Not because I don't want him to win, not because of anything competitive-wise, just purely because he would have been on this broadcast if he had lost the NFC Championship game. But Dallas couldn't put it together, and Detroit gets the win. What a win for the Detroit Lions. Hang with us. We've got the Super Bowl coming up in just a few moments as, wow. What two phenomenal games, guys. How lucky are we to have these two games? As both games, big swings of momentum. The Lions up 13-0 early in their game. They go down to the Dallas Cowboys in a defensive slugfest. Eventually, they kick the field goal. The defense makes a big turnover on the last drive, and they get the win. Cleveland down 17-3 to the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs just absolutely choked that one away. I mean, it was bad decision after bad decision. You guys saw it here. Over and over, horrible plays, whether it was bad interceptions on chucking the ball deep, whether it was bad sacks. Think about how different this game would be if they didn't take that sack on third down and were able to kick a field goal and go by a full 7 points. I mean, just a different game. Now you get into the interesting part, by the way, which is, we had it last season. First time we did it. Second time we've done the championship games and the Super Bowl in the same night. It's one thing to win a real emotional game that both these games were. Now you got to turn it right around, get back focused, and find a way to win another game in one night. I do not envy them. I do envy them because I wish I was in a Super Bowl, but I do not envy the toughness that it is to win a Super Bowl title. The Browns have experience. They did it last year. Can Bomber unseed the two-time NBL Super Bowl champion? The Cleveland Browns have won 4 straight titles dating back to last Madden. Looking for their 5th straight title as Z-Star won their last 2 titles of Madden 18. Bananas have won the first 2 of Madden 19. This is the 3rd season of the cycle. Again, appreciate everybody hanging out with us here. We're getting ready for the Super Bowl. They've just got to advance this bad boy, and we will be ready to go. As I'm just waiting for the go-ahead that they have advanced. We'll get right into the pregame show. But what a fun night. Again, happy holidays to everybody out there. Hope you had a wonderful holiday season, a safe and happy holiday season. And hope you guys are going to have a happy new year. Our last broadcast of 2018, heading into 2019. Guff saying, Ocho can't be in the Super Bowl, then who would commentate? Listen, here's the thing, Guff. If we happen to find that hell has frozen over and I have made it to a Super Bowl, I'll just do it live. We'll just do it. Yeah, Bomber will be there. Bomber would. What a silly question. I'm like sitting there, I'm like, who would do it? Bomber, because Bomber's in the NFC. But at the same time, I'll just keep live commentary going. I like my idea. Nemo in the chat saying Bomber would. Had a chance to meet up with Nemo this past weekend in Cleveland. Great fella. A lot of great guys here in the NBL. Love meeting so many of you guys. And we are blessed here in the NBL to have such great individuals. And I'm lucky to know each and every one of you and be able to sit here each and every week and provide you my screaming and yelling on these phenomenal games. As it has officially advanced and we are about ready to send to the Super Bowl. As always, our NBA Live pregame show is brought to you each and every week by our graphic sponsor, Web3S.com. They do so much for our NBL network, including overlays, graphics for all of our programs. If you or anyone you know needs graphics done for a affordable price, hit up Web3S.com. Let them know NBL sent you. You'll get 15% off your entire order. Web3S.com, the leaders in affordable graphic design. We are heading into the Season 35 Super Bowl. That is right, Season 35 here of the Madden Bomber League. Almost 5 years of, we'll hit our 5-year anniversary next week. And we got some great stuff coming out for you guys. But this one, our last Super Bowl here of 2018, our last broadcast of 2018. We got a great matchup. It is Browns and Lions here in the Super Bowl. Let's take a look at our players to watch for these two games, as I feel a sneeze coming on. Hold tight. Sneeze watch 2018. Nope, it went away. How disappointing. Let's start out with the Detroit Lions. And boy, Darius Slay, he had a huge game in that NFC Championship game. We saw him make big plays down the stretch. 65 tackles, 16 passes deflected. I believe he had 4 in that game alone. That's not added into there. 8 interceptions as well and 3 sacks. And Darius Slay made big plays down the field against the Dallas Cowboys, looking to stretch the field with their tight ends, with their wide receivers. Darius Slay made it happen. And because of that, the key for the Lions against this Cleveland Browns team is going to be Darius Slay has to be all-day Slay. These Browns, we saw it against the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. They love working downfield. They're going to be looking for the deep ball. The secondary for the Detroit Lions has to be stout, because if you give a lot of time in the pocket to Baker Mayfield, if you give a lot of time for these routes to develop, they're going to kill you. And if there was one weak spot for the Detroit Lions, which again, they're going up against a very good offensive line in Dallas. Not saying that Cleveland's isn't good, but Dallas's offensive line is absolutely phenomenal. They weren't able to create pressure on some of those third and longs. That they're going to have to create pressure against Baker Mayfield. You got to get him out of the pocket. That's what Kansas City was able to do. Can Detroit do that? That remains to be seen. On the side of the Cleveland Browns, player to watch is Jarvis Landry. He had a couple catches in the AFC Championship game with Antonio Callaway, with Josh Gordon. Jarvis Landry has been that number one target. 58 receptions, 1,100 yards, 11 touchdowns, 19.7 receiving yards, receiving average. And Jarvis Landry, for the Cleveland Browns, the key is going to be you got to get the pass game going. If they can get the pass game going, which they were able to do against the Kansas City Chiefs, if they can get that pass game going, what they're going to be able to do is open up that run game with Nyheim Hines. And Hines had a big, had a couple big carries. We saw them struggle at times to run the ball, but by the second half, when the Browns offense got going, that's when Nyheim Hines was able to create some big gashing runs. They're going to have to be balanced today against the Lions, because if you get too pass heavy against this Detroit Lions team, the problem is they're able, you saw it with the Dallas Cowboys at the end of the game, they're able to sit with those linebackers and really just prey on you. And that's why the Browns are going to have to be balanced. Defensively, the Browns are going to have to create some pressure, and they shouldn't have a problem. This Lions offensive line has struggled this year with Myles Garrett. You got to think they're going to be able to create something, but we will see as the guys, they're in the lobby. I'm going to give them the go. And we are about ready to get this one underway. Let's get your predictions into the chat. I want to see everybody put in prediction. Who's going to win the Season 35 Super Bowl? My prediction, I think we've got a 3-time champion in the books. I just think the Browns have too much talent. I know I predicted the Detroit Lions to lose the game against the Dallas Cowboys, but I just think the Cleveland Browns have too much going for them offensively, too much going for them defensively. They're going to create pressure on Phillip Rivers. I like Baker Mayfield. I like this offense. I like the Browns in this one. I think it's going to be a little lower scoring than maybe people think, because the Lions defense is so good. 24-21. Give me the Browns to win the Super Bowl. Let's get to it, folks. Coming up next, we're crowning a champion. We've had 2 championship games. Let's crown the real one. It is Lions. It is Browns. It's coming up right now. The Season 35 Super Bowl here on NBL Live.
I just want to say, hey, man, this is T.O., the cover athlete of the Madden 19 Hall of Fame edition, and you're watching the gold standard of the franchise mode, the NBL Network. Holla.
There we we go. We got it. We got a Super Bowl here. A champion will be crowned, the season 35 NBL Super Bowl champion, and we got a good one on tap. It is the Cleveland Browns, the AFC champions, looking for their third straight Super Bowl title to start the cycle. They're taking on the Dynasty. Not the Dynasty. Our friends over on PS4, it is the Dynasty. It is Bomber and the Detroit Lions looking for their 7th NBL Super Bowl title. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight. Lions take the opening kickoff. They take a touchback. They start with the ball. Rivers hands it off to Malik Ali. Big play by Myles Garrett around the edge, and we are underway. Boy, what a Super Bowl we have on tap for you tonight, folks. As let's get a look at some of the predictions that came into the chat. Astra saying 28-24 Lions. Timbo saying Browns 31-17. Rusta Busta. He had a prediction, but my chat is just going nuts. He said 14-10 Browns. A lot of guys coming up with predictions. Let's see what else we got. Darcy Knight saying 27-21 Browns. Should be a very good game. Dropping back to passes, Phillip Rivers on 2nd and 12. He passes it underneath, completes it. Nelson Aguilar with the catch. Only had one catch in the last game, but boy, they're happy to have him back because he provides a speed threat on the outside. It's going to bring him a big 3rd and 6. Excuse me, that was Corey Coleman with the catch. Bring him a big 3rd and 6 for the Detroit Lions. Let him keep the offense going. Give him a little momentum to start out the season 35 Super Bowl. Rick Flair in the chat saying 28-27 Browns. Gov saying 28-21 Lions. 3rd and 6, empty backfield for Phillip Rivers and the Cleveland Browns. Dropping back is Rivers. 5 wide receivers. Steps up and he takes a sack. Myles Garrett around the edge. Bringing him down. Sack on the first drive. Cleveland will get the ball after a big 3 and out from the Detroit Lions. And that's what I said. This Lions offensive line struggled on the right side against the Dallas Cowboys in the NFC Championship game. Myles Garrett's on that right side for the Cleveland Browns a lot, and if they can't find a way to contain him, they got to run some quick routes underneath and make sure that Garrett doesn't have time to get in the backfield. Yep, Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay, for the season 35 Super Bowl, the 2020 Super Bowl here in game 3rd season of the cycle. 1st and 10 for the Cleveland Browns. Pistol formation as Baker Mayfield dropping back, waiting, looking. Little cross-drag action. He steps up, takes a big hit at the 1st down marker, but he'll pick up 11, picking up a 1st down. It's nice defense early from the Lions, but that pass rush has got to find a way to get to Baker Mayfield. If you give him too much time, he uses that speed. And shout out to Canes Nation with the follow here on Twitch. Appreciate the love, my friend. 1st down and 10 for Baker and the Browns. That same pistol formation, trips to the left side, one tight end on the right side. Nyheim Hines in the backfield. He'll take the carry over the right side. Lions trying to get there. Big ankle tackle by Ziggy Ansah. Losing a yard on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 11. Joku with the catch on the right side. He'll pick up 8 on the play. Going to bring up a 3rd down and short for the Cleveland Browns. All right. Shout out to DJ Shack Attack with a follow here on Twitch. Sorry, I'm trying to answer this one text. Third down and 2 for Baker and the Browns. Dropping back to pass. On 3rd down, little hitch route for Jarvis Landry. Oh, the soft coverage from the Detroit Lions got absolutely shredded there, as that's an easy pickup for Cleveland. Jarvis getting 7 on the play, and the Browns are driving at the 36-yard line. Darcy Knight saying Baker wants that MVP. Low Fish saying this looks like it's going to be a good game. I agree, Fish. I think this is going to be a great one. 1st and 10 for the Cleveland Browns. 2 wide receivers on the left side, 2 tight ends on the field for the Cleveland Browns. Nyheim Hines on the right hip of Baker Mayfield. He drops back. Looks like a little screen pass over to the right side. Ziggy Ansah gets there, bringing down Baker. Incomplete pass. Lucky that wasn't a fumble. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10. My wife's texting me. Like, where are you? I'm sorry, I got a big game on my hands. Huge Super Bowl. As Duper saying 38-10 Browns. Wow, predicting a big game. Baker Mayfield, 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left side, 1 over the right side as he drops back to pass. On 2nd down and 10, rolling out to the left side. He's going to look over the middle of the field. Jarvis Landry is wide open. Boy, I don't know what defense that was that the Lions just run. I think it looked like a cover 4 maybe? It's a cover 3 sky. I don't know what the middles dropped way back into the end zone and left Landry wide open. But that's the problem with this Lions team, that talent-wise, you need your defensive line to create some sort of pressure, and I don't know if the Lions have that ability. They're going to have to keep up offensively, and we haven't seen the Lions' offense be anything other than, I think, good, not great. 1st and 10 for the Cleveland Browns, 3 wide receivers to the left side, 1 to the right side, Nyheim Hines on the left side of the line. Dropping back, Baker waiting, looking, gets hit as he throws, trying to find Callaway, but cannot find it. Darce Knight says, NFL needs to let the announcers talk to Twitch chat on Thursday night games. Boy, I can't imagine what the Twitch chat is like on Thursday night. I wouldn't want to be there. Even with a slow chat, it would absolutely hurt. Baker Mayfield on 2nd and goal. Again, that trips to the left side. 1 tight end on the right side. He's in the shotgun, takes the snap on 2nd down and goal. Waiting, looking, rolling out to the right side, being pursued. And he gets taken down. Big sack by Lindsley, who's able to catch Baker Mayfield's shoestrings and bring him down to the 22-yard line. A huge loss on the play and brings up a 3rd and very long on 3rd and goal. Yeah, the zig route looked open. But a lot of guys, you look in the NBL, the zig route just never gets looked at, which is just, I think, interesting. I think it's because it's a short route that takes a little time to develop. 3rd and goal, Baker steps up. Baker goes down. Oh, that was only a 3-man rush, and Robinson with the sack. Cleveland's going to have to settle for a field goal, and that's a win for the Lions defense against a high-powered Cleveland offense, getting 2 sacks inside the red zone. Cleveland having to settle for a field goal attempt from the right hash mark. This one a 41-yard attempt. Oh, they've got the timing. Did he get there? He missed the block. Flag is down, and they're going to get a running into the kicker. Probably going to decline that one and just take the field goal, but I don't understand how Bomber missed that one. Oh, that could have been huge. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us for the NBL Season 35 Super Bowl broadcast 261 here on the NBL Network. I am OSU, your NBL Network director. Everyone, I hope you got a little Gatorade in between the games. Got a little break. Maybe caught a little 5 minutes of Z's because you got to be pumped for this one. We're crowning a champion tonight, and that is absolutely phenomenal. Our last broadcast here of 2018, and thank you so much to everybody out there who has tuned in to make 2018 a very memorable year. So much happened here for the NBL Network, and we couldn't have done it without everybody out there tuning in and being such great fans. We have the best fans around. 1st and goal, play action pass. Looks like a little PAFK quick, and that's another sack. And we've seen 3 teams run PA. I think we've seen 4 PAFK quicks run tonight. Not a single one has had a completed pass. Yeah, Colonel Sanders, I think he clipped his leg as he came across the holder. Astra burned his mouth on a Hot Pocket in between games. You got to look out. Inside of the Hot Pocket, it's like lava. It'll get you. 2nd down and 18. Phillip Rivers in the pistol, Malik Ali in the backfield, 2 wide receivers, Bryant over to the left, Coleman on the right, play action pass as rolling out, looks like it's man coverage downfield, looking for Marty B, who makes a big catch one-on-one. Oh, he had Denzel Ward on him and made him look silly. That's a staple play. They love running that post route all the way across the field. Gets out of the pocket, and he finds Martavis Bryant, his first catch of the day, and a big 1st down for the Detroit Lions. 1st and 10 for Detroit. Phillip Rivers under center through wide receivers to the right side. 1 over to the left side. Malik Ali in the backfield. 1 tight end on the right side of that formation. Dropping back is Phillip Rivers. Waiting, looking. Good block. The pressure holds. The offensive line holds up, but Rivers rolls out to the right side. They had no routes working that way. Everything working to the left, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. This Browns pass rush has been very good early. Been very good all season. You've got such talented guys like Ogba and Garrett on the line. They're going to create pressure. Can the Detroit offensive line, a very unheralded, very suspect at times offensive line, can they do enough to keep Phillip Rivers clean? 2nd and 10. 3 wide receivers once again to the right, 1 to the left side. Dropping back to pass. Looks over to the left side. Has a man. It's the tight end. I believe that's Tyler Eifert with the catch. Down to the 42-yard line. Graham Glasgow goes down. He went down in the last game, just bruised ribs. Can he get away with it once again? Glasgow going down. I don't know who they got as backup, but Glasgow's a big loss if they cannot get him back. We'll wait to see on that one. Phillip Rivers comes back under center. Holly in the backfield. 3 wide receivers. to the right, one over to the left. Cleveland running a lot of man coverage early in this game. It looks like they're bringing the blitz on this one. Showing blitz from the left side. Rivers dropping back. Looks underneath. Has a man. It's Marty Bryant. He's got near a first down to the 32-yard line. As Glasgow broken ribs will not be able to return to the game. Had the bruised rib in the last game. He broke them this time. That's brutal. As Colby saying, dang it, Glasgow. Absolutely. 2nd and inches for the Lions as a nice audible at the line to get the ball out quickly to Martavis Bryant, but they cannot find the end zone. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. For the Detroit Lions, it's going to be Malik Hali getting the carry. He'll get the first down. Don't need to get much. Did just enough. Got the yard. And we have a 1st and 10 for Detroit. Looking to answer the field goal early by the Cleveland Browns. We're nearing the end of the first quarter. First down and 10. Phillip Rivers under center. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Malik Hali in the backfield. It is Phillip Rivers taking the snap on first down, play action pass. Waiting, looking, the pass rush getting there. He just gets it off. He finds Tyler Eifert once again for a first down to the 20-yard line. And the Rivers-Eifert connection, a very bad 60s band, but a great quarterback tight end duo as they have the chemistry going early in this game. Has the second catch for Eifert, second one for a first down. Now, Phillip Rivers once again, he's got 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers over on the right side of that formation. First down, play action pass for Phillip Rivers. Rolls out to the left side, the pressure comes. He gets hit as he tries to throw it away. It's going to be an incomplete pass. We'll get to the end of the first quarter. It is the Detroit Lions trying to cut into that 3-0 lead. They're looking to tie it up on this drive. Cleveland with an early field goal, but it is anyone's ball game as we head into the second quarter here on NBL Live, broadcast 261. Astor saying, good drive by Bomber so far. Absolutely. Yeah, Astor, his throwing motion is just don't look at it. Hali around the right side. He's got some room. He's got a first down as the Lions get the run game going. He'll pick up, looks like 12 on the play to the 8-yard line. First down for the Lions as Malik Hali, the rookie, the speedster, finding a big hole on the right side and picking up a first down. First and goal. Cleveland showing some pressure on the left side of that formation. Looks like it's going to be a little counterplay for Hali. Stays tight. Oh, what a run by Malik Hali. A lot of guys in that counterplay instinctively try to bounce that outside. You saw an outside blitz from the Cleveland Browns. He stays tight to his left tackle, stays inside, slides through a tight window, and gets up to the 4-yard line. Now 2nd and goal. You see this formation. You might be halfback wham. They're going to split a guy out to the right side. Phillip Rivers. Change up the plays. He surveys the defense. Handed it to... Oh, what a spin move! Oh, boy, Malik Hali with the spin cycle. Call him Mr. Washing Machine as he finds the end zone and the Lions claim the lead. For the first time here in the season 35 Super Bowl, he just spun around and made you look dizzy. It's a big play for the Lions as they're looking to extend it to 7-3. Ball is down. Kick is up. Lions with an early lead here in the second quarter. 11 plays, 76 yards. Capped off with the Hali spin move into the end zone. What a play by Malik Hali, the rookie. A beautiful move as he spins back inside and the Lions up 7-3 here in the season 35 Super Bowl. Kick is away. Cleveland looking to get into the end zone. They took a couple sacks inside the red zone last time. They're going to look to put something on the board as... Yeah, you literally saw the block in the back right there. You love when the penalty happens right in front of the camera. Bring that bad boy back. They'll start at the 20-yard line. Darsh Knight saying, interesting to see Bomber rely on the run so much that drive. I think a lot of that comes through they don't have the offensive line to sit in the pocket all day. And Malik Hali is a great talent. The rookie that he drafted in the last draft, just really, really solid. And the ability to trust it inside the red zone. You don't want to create any turnovers in there, and I think that's why Detroit sort of steers away from passing it inside the red zone especially. Hines cuts it back to the left side, trying to make a man miss. He'll get near the 25-yard line. They'll call him at the 24 as Moore goes down for the Lions defense. Going to bring up a 2nd and 6. NBL Live, broadcast 261. Here on the NBL Network. It is the season 35 Super Bowl. We had 2 fantastic championship games earlier in the night. If you missed it, these games go up on our YouTube channel just after the broadcast. YouTube.com/Madden Bomber League. You can catch the AFC and NFC championship games live at the same time. Super Show action. Only 1 game left. It's the season 35 Super Bowl. Browns looking for their 3rd straight title. 2nd and 6. Baker Mayfield looks over to the right side. Oh, Mo, what a bat. That was Miles Jack with the dive. As Moore goes down with a dislocated ankle, he will not return. So 2 early injuries for the Lions, but Miles Jack making a big play. Jack and Gerard Davis, 2 phenomenal middle linebackers for this defense. They are the lifeblood of this Browns defense, and they have an opportunity to get off the field here on 3rd and 6. 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end for Baker Mayfield as he drops back on 3rd and 6. Waiting, looking, waiting, deep down the field, looking for Njoku, makes the play, makes the catch, and he has a first down to the 48-yard line. The safety drop back just a little too far. Maybe with the injury to Moore, Moore might have been able with his awareness to come up and make that play, but nonetheless, David Njoku makes the catch and kicks up a first down just on the other side of midfield. Shout out to Canes Nation 305 now following here on Twitch. Appreciate the love, my friend. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight. Happy holidays and Happy New Year. As the swing pass is picked up, the user got there and teased Tabor. Going the other way, it looked like an easy swing pass, and Bomber says, I've been here way too long. I got 6 titles under my belt. Give me that bad boy. The Lions' great field position as it'll be a wildcat formation for Malik Ali. Pumphrey coming in motion on 1st and 10. Pumphrey's going to take the carry. Not a whole lot there. He's actually going to lose maybe half a yard. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10. But what a pick. The user with the heads-up play getting that one. And the first turnover of the day goes to the Detroit Lions. The defense in Detroit making the play. The former Florida Gator teased Tabor with the play. 2nd down and 10. Shotgun formation for Philip Rivers. He drops back to pass. 4-man rush from the Cleveland Browns. Rivers rolling out to the left side. He's got a flood on that left side. He'll look underneath and find Malik Ali, who takes a late hit out of bounds, but gets a first down to the 29-yard line. If there was one thing that we knew, I mean, again, there's a lot of game left. We saw the Lions go up early in the NFC Championship game, up 13-0. They gave that lead back. Were able to hang on with the win. Can they, if they are able to get a touchdown here, do we favor the Detroit Lions? Even though tonight they've struggled to hold a lead, what do the Cleveland Browns have in the bag of tricks is, that looks like it's Marty Bryant wide open on the left side. He'll get down to the 15-yard line. You wonder how much the last game affects these teams. Will Detroit feel at all apprehensive considering they blew a lead in the last game? But in general, you trust the Detroit Lions. Get up early. That's where they thrive. They love being ahead early in the game. They know how to close games out. But Cleveland, they've got 2 Super Bowl titles under their belt, a couple comebacks under their belt. They're looking to make a name for themselves, as we've had no 3-time Super Bowl champions here in the NBL. Darcy Knight says, we saw Cleveland come back from that huge score difference earlier in the year, so they are never out of it. Absolutely. That's you can't count this Browns team out. And it's an early turnover, but who knows what will happen late in the game. 2nd and 14 after the 4-yard loss from Malik Ali. It's Philip Rivers dropping back, 4-man rush. Look underneath, complete it down to, is that Corey Coleman with the catch? Down to the 11-yard line, 8 of 10, 103 to start the game for Philip Rivers. The perfect start if you're a Detroit Lions fan. Game manager, Rivers ain't going to throw for 400, but he's going to find a way. If he can stay out of the turnover battle and find his receivers underneath, work his way down the field, that's where Detroit's going to win the game. Astra, double A can't run, or, Bananas can't run cross drags. Ran that on the first play of the game. Out of that pistol bunch. 3rd and 5. Pistol formation for Philip Rivers. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, 1 split to each side. 3rd down. Looks like a little read option. Holly into the end zone. The ground game for the Lions. The Motor City Kitties are rolling right now as Malik Ali has 2 on the ground. The Lions have a 2-score lead. 13-3. Ball is down. Kick is up. Put the Lions on the board. They'll get a roughing the kicker to end. It is all Detroit early here in Tampa. They want to ride that pirate ship to a season 35 Super Bowl. What a cut there. Little read option. And Malik Ali, you see that's why the Lions love him. He's got that burst of speed. He's got the J.U. ice, as Bomber would say, into the end zone. 14-3, Lions on top. Cleveland reeling a little bit. But this is where the game turned in the AFC Championship game. They were down 17-3 in that ball game. They got a touchdown just before the half. They were able to force a turnover also before the half. They got 10 points in the last 2.5 minutes. Can they do it again? What else would Cleveland come out with? But a little PAFK quick. Play action. Waiting. Down goes Baker. It's fumbled. Hines stumbling and bumbling and recovers and spins the wrong way. Tries to make something happen. But they're going to lose 13 on the play. And the Lions are feeling good as a fumble turns into a big sack. 13 yards. The Lions have the Browns stuck in a 2nd and 23. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in the season 35 Super Bowl. Todd, it feels like the Super Bowl's always in Tampa. I agree. I feel like we're in Tampa a lot. Dark Knight saying, I don't think Cleveland was prepared for Holly to do this well in the red zone. He only had 6 rushing touchdowns all year, already 2 in this game. Part of it was Holly went down for a while. He got injured for a little bit, but 2nd and 23, shotgun formation for Baker Mayfield. 3 wide receivers. He drops back on 2nd down. Rolling out to the right side, waiting. He's going to be looking for X. He's got to step. It's Jarvis Landry. It's a 1st down inside the 46-yard line. As that cover 3 locked, nobody over there to help out, and it's a big 1st down. So even though they got him in the 2nd and long, that's what this Cleveland Browns team can do. They have too many good players, especially at the skill positions. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think the Browns have 2 99s. Welcome to the network, baby. Shout out to T. Oh, look at the Gov. Giving away 5 gift subscriptions. As always, tune into NBL Live each and every night. We are live. You'll see the Gov and the Sclam Subscriber giveaways. Giving away subs.
Welcome to the network, baby.
These guys all get our NBL emotes. TD Prime, Burke Bino, Dark Nation, a.k.a. DB, Robster, and Stefan Urkel. You're now all subs on the NBL Network. Big
Welcome
thank
to the
you
network, baby.
to the Gov. 21 gifts. Gotta love sharing the love here on the NBL Network. 2nd down and 13 for Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns.
Welcome
Shotgun
to the
formation.
network, baby.
3 wide receivers, 2 to the right side, 1 over to the left side. Change up the play, choo the train horn for Baker. On 2nd and long, he drops back, 4-man rush from the Detroit Lions. No pressure whatsoever, and David Njoku comes open on the left side.
Welcome to the network, baby.
Big tackle right at the line to gain. They're going to call him just short, going to bring up a 3rd and 1. That's where they struggle, perhaps. This Lions team struggles, creating pressure on those 3rd and longs. In the Cleveland, much like Bomber and the Detroit Lions, they feel comfortable in 3rd and longs. Hey, Unislated's here. Good to see you, Unisolated. Boy, I got to tell you, I saw a video of Unisolated's kids playing in the snow. He is absolutely adorable. It looked like fun. Even though I hate snow. Here in Detroit today, fun fact, 55 degrees. The weather is just it's nutso. Welcome to Michigan. Welcome to the Midwest. 3rd and 1. Baker Mayfield in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end. He drops back to pass. 4-man rush once again from the Detroit Lions. Baker's rolling out, looking over to the right side. It's Antonio Callaway. The dive doesn't get there, and then Bananas just runs into him anyway. He goes, tease, I saw you with the pick. I felt bad as it looks like you fell down. Let me give you that tackle. It's a 1st down for the Browns at the 11-yard line. 36 seconds to go. Cleveland, 1 timeout remaining. Can Detroit get a big stop? Maybe force him into a field goal or a turnover here in the red zone. 1st down and 10. Shotgun formation. 3 wide receivers. Dropping back. Baker Mayfield. Waiting. Looking. Rolls out to the right side. Trying to playmaker. Baker trying to make something happen. He'll take a hit at the 8-yard line. Good job by the user there in that cover 1 hole. Follows the quarterback who's scrambling to the outside. Makes a big play. Golden Earth TV says, I live in Michigan. Good day today. I agree. Well, I mean, it was gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. You don't get it too often. Where are you in Michigan? I'm in the Detroit area. It was just a perfect day. Yeah, I'll take this in the winter all day. Back in the end zone, looking for Njoku. It's batted away by the Detroit defense. That's saying, Oshie, we got around 12 or 13 inches of snow, and now sitting at -2 degrees. So yeah, it's gorgeous here. They're saying we got a little weak El Nino in the Midwest, so they're saying it's going to be dry. This is the driest and warmest December on record in Detroit. We usually average about 7.5 inches in December, and we got somewhere around 1/4 inch of snow all month long. Nice job, Darce Knight. Thanks for making me freak out. I appreciate it. 3rd and 7, big opportunity for Detroit to get a stop. Baker, back in the end zone. It's Njoku. How do you lose that? It's the one play the Browns have in the red zone. Find the tight end and put it up high. The big man with the catch. 13 seconds to go. Cleveland gets a much-needed touchdown. And, boy, I'm having flashbacks to the AFC Championship game. Browns a touchdown to David Njoku inside the 2-minute warning to cut it back to a 4-point lead. Gordner saying I live an hour away from Ford Field. Yeah, fair enough. Astor saying grew up north of Grand Rapids. Yeah, I mean, I moved up here for school. Went to state and lived in Lansing for 8 years. I moved out to Detroit. Living in Dearborn right now. And loving it. Just bought our first house in January. Well, coming up on a year. Lions going to come out. They're going to take a knee. Going to halftime 14-10. All right, guys. Post in the chat. #Lions. #Browns. As it's Malik Ali up the middle. He'll pick up 10. The Lions are going to take a timeout. I don't know why, but it was very unbomber. Post hashtag Lions, hashtag Browns. Who do you think has the edge right now? Who's going to come out on top? Lions with that 4-point lead, but the Browns getting the ball to start the second half. Who's going to win this one? Astro, I lived where Fair State is, in Big Rapids. Yeah, I got a friend who goes to Fair State. Friend who goes to Fair State. My father-in-law went to Fair State. Very familiar with Big Rapids. I formation for the Browns. Probably just going to hand this off to Holly. See if he can't break a big one. Oh, no, play action. Looking for that little switch route. And a safety back there anyways. Ogunjobi with a sack. We'll go to halftime. A lot of guys saying Lions right now. I don't see any Browns there so far. It's everybody predicting the Lions to come out on top in this one. Here in the season 35 Super Bowl. We got one half to decide it. Can the Browns win their third straight NBL Super Bowl title, something that's never been done in the 5-year history of the Madden Bomber League? Or will the Detroit Lions and Bomber hasn't won a Super Bowl title since season 27 get back on track after 8 years of being out of the limelight? Got 2 6-minute quarters to go. Also, I've got the hiccups and heartburn, so I'm a mess right now. Too much yelling, too much excitement. So let's see, JB and Ric Flair saying Browns. Ball Tapper saying Believe Land, going for the Browns. Gibbs saying better root for the Lions. It's the only time we get to see them in the Super Bowl. Don't get me started. Don't get me started on Martha Ford and the ownership of the Detroit Lions right now. 1st and 10, little Wildcat action. Cuts back to the left side. Not a whole lot there for Nyheim Hines down to the 28-yard line. I said the key to the game for the Cleveland Browns was to be balanced. They only have 4 carries for 4 yards so far. It's been all passing for Cleveland. They're only down 4 points. Need to stay away from the turnovers as the Lions currently winning the turnover battle 1-0 off that big user pick on the swing pass. 2nd down and 6. It's Baker Mayfield in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers, 2 on the left side, 1 to the right side, and Joko on the right side of that formation as well. On 2nd down, looks over. Threw it right to the user who was sitting in zone coverage, and he's got some room inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. It's Sean Lee with the pick. It's a boneheaded throw by Big Play Baker, and Bananas is in trouble. The fruit may be failing as the Lions have great field position to the 23-yard line. 1st and 10 for Phillip Rivers, 23 yards out from going up by 2 scores once again. 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends out there for the Lions offense. Sending a man in motion. Looks like a little halfback waiting for Malik Ali. Big shed in the middle, but Ali will still pick up 3. Ali, 9 carries, 40 yards, and 2 TDs on the ground. The spin cycle and the cutback have been what Malik Ali has done all day. 2nd and 7 for Phillip Rivers. He comes out once again, that 2 tight end, 2 wide receiver set. Ali in the backfield. On 2nd and 7, 4-man rush from the Cleveland Browns. Rivers looks underneath. That was a dangerous throw. We had hard flat on the outside. And lucky that's not going the other way, as what a job on the left side by I think that was Michael Kendricks in coverage. Still a lot of time left. A lot of time left, and you don't like to see that throw. 3rd down and 7. Cleveland can force him to kick a field goal. That's a big confidence boost for the Cleveland Browns. It is a shotgun formation for Phillip Rivers. 3 wide receivers. Martavis Bryant in the slot on the right side. He's got Donnell Pumphrey into the game at halfback. Got a man going in motion here on 3rd and 7. It's a play-action pass. Rolling out to the right side. Sending a man on the playmaker. He just doesn't have the speed to do it. And by the way, I love that. That's one of the plays, that motion on the X spot. I'm surprised he didn't throw the spot route, but you got to love the running back. He Forrest Gumps his way out to the sidelines. Settling for a field goal here from the 20-yard line. Ball is down. The kick is up. It'll sneak inside that left upright. 17-10 Detroit off the Baker Mayfield interception. We'll go back up by a full touchdown, but Cleveland's defense holding strong. It was a good recognition of the playmaker, Darce Knight. It was, he was going to send that spot route up the field into the end zone. It was a good recognition defensively. That's when, again, under NBL rules, you can, as the user, even if you're in zone, run with the playmaker. It did, and Phillip Rivers just doesn't have that ability to get outside the pocket that effectively. So what Baker Mayfield does have is he can get outside the pocket, and if no one's open, he can run. You're not going to see Phillip Rivers running for anything. 1st and 10 for Baker and the Browns. 3 wide receivers to the left side, 1 to the right side. David Njoku on the right side. In the slot, the tight end, Nyheim Hines. In the backfield for big play Baker. Under center, it's going to be a toss play to Nyheim Hines. What a big hit! Ziggy Ansah. He may be just absolutely broken in real life, but here in Madden, Ziggy is a big playmaker on the edge as he gets in the backfield on the pitch play and drops Nyheim Hines for a 5-yard loss. 2nd and 15 for Baker Mayfield. 3 wide receivers to the left side, 1 over the right side. That is Josh Gordon coming in motion. Hines on the right hip of Baker Mayfield. 2nd and 15, 4-man rush from the Lions. Trying to get there. Baker is running for his life. The pressure gets there and brings down Mayfield as Lindsley with his 2nd shoestring sack, a 1-yard loss, and now a 3rd and long for the Browns as they're able to just get Baker Mayfield before he makes a play. 3rd and long for the Browns. It is Baker Mayfield in the shotgun. He's got all 3 wide receivers over to the left side. He's got 1 tight end on the, 2 wide receivers over the left side, 2 tight ends, 1 on each side. Dropping back. Baker Mayfield, 4-man rush from the Lions, looking deep down the middle of the field, and Landry gets hit as he tries to catch it. A big stop from the Lions defense. The Browns are going to be forced to punt it away, and this could be the key drive in this game, folks. If the Lions can use that clock and get down the field and score a touchdown, the Browns are going to be in a whole herd of trouble. This punt away, heels on the 10-yard line. Up past the 15 to the 20, he's got some room on the right side. Up past the 30 to the 35, spin move to the 40. He spin moves again. It's a flag down. The spins are coming from all over the place. This one's coming back, but you gotta love seeing the young player testing out the spin cycle. Yeah, Astro, we haven't seen boot over yet. But you gotta think it's coming. 1st and 10 for the Lions after that penalty at the 30-yard line, though. Pretty decent field position. It is Phillip Rivers, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Got Bryant out to the left, Corey Coleman out to the right. Man coverage shown by the Browns. It's a play-action pass for Rivers. The rush is coming, and he's going to look over to the left side looking for Corey Coleman. They said it was a user swat. It looked like Corey Coleman just batted that one down, but nonetheless. Yeah, jamming on that B button. Again, NBL Live broadcast 261 here on the NBL Network. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us for the season 35 Super Bowl. Coming up next here on the network into 2019 on Wednesday after the new year, we will have our NBL rookie draft. As a nice throw over to the left side to Marty Bryant, stumbling forward inside the 50. We'll have our rookie draft. That's going to be Wednesday after the new year, so I think that's Wednesday, what is that? Wednesday the 2nd here on the NBL Network, twitch.tv/NBL Network. That'll be probably 8 o'clock Eastern time. 2-hour show. It's a lot of fun. We'll answer your questions live. Any questions about Madden, our league, the upcoming season. And then inside of preseason, we'll be doing a ton of bonus coverage games here on the network. So hit that follow button. You'll see a lot of those games live. As well as we're going to have a season preview show where we will look at the Bleacher Report predictions for the season. Talk about it's going to be myself, Bomber, and Lip on the broadcast, talking about the predictions and predicting who we're going to see maybe as a Super Bowl champion in season 36. All that's coming up on the NBL Network. Make sure you hit that follow button so you know each and every time you go live. If you missed our AFC and NFC Championship games, go over to YouTube after the game, youtube.com/MaddenBomberLeague. We upload it after the broadcast. You'll see it about an hour or 2 after the broadcast ends. You'll see this broadcast go up on YouTube. 2nd and 6 for the Detroit Lions. Play action pass for Phillip Rivers as he rolls out to the right side waiting. Oh, Marty Bryant's going to be so open. Oh, he has him in the seam of the zone. 15-10. Tries to make a man miss. Taken down at the 8-yard line. But that zone coverage, the blitz is picked up nicely. And an easy pitch and catch for Phillip Rivers to Martavis Bryant. He's got 5 catches for 111 yards on the day. And the Lions looking to blow this one open here in Tampa. First and goal, I formation, Malik Ali. He's got 2 touchdowns already. Think you're going to run to the left side? A little movement on the right side, though. That's going to back him up 5 yards. That sets it up very differently. First and goal from the 13 now for the Detroit Lions, up 7 already. (17-10) the score. 2:01 to go here in the third quarter before we crown a champion. It is Phillip Rivers under center, I formation to Malik Ali at the top of that I. 2 tight ends on the right side of the formation. 1 wide receiver split out wide left. Phillip Rivers takes the snap, run a little counterplay with Holly, trying to get to the edge. The user spin move. The user was ready for it. That's a real nice tackle. Only 4 yards on the play if the user over pursues. Malik Ali's dancing in the end zone for the 3rd time. Instead, Green brings him down at the 9. Going to bring up a 2nd and goal. There's a lot of time left, folks. Cleveland, we've seen them come back from big deficits. We saw them come back tonight here in the AFC Championship game from a 17-3 deficit. There's plenty of time left. I formation once again, second and goal. Handoff to Malik Ali, who looked to bounce outside, cuts it back inside. He's fighting through tacklers down to the 1-yard line. Malik Ali, known for his speed, showing off the muscles. He hit the weight room. In the week off before the Super Bowl, he fights down to the 1-yard line. What do the Lions do here? It's a big 3 tight end set, 2 to the right, 1 to left. Hali at the top of that I. Everybody's shown on the inside. It's going to be handoff to Hali, trying to just weave his way around his own blockers. He gets into the end zone. 3 touchdowns for Malik Ali. The rookie putting on a show, making his case for Super Bowl MVP. As the Detroit Lions, they're up 23-10 over the 2-time reigning, defending, undisputed Super Bowl champions. They're in a whole herd of trouble, down 14 here in Tampa. Can the Browns come back in this one? Minute 14 to go in the third quarter. Boy, I don't know if we ever thought, looking back, especially Madden 17, do you think those guys who were here, ever thought you'd see Bomber have a team, or have a game where he had 3 touchdowns on the ground? I mean, this was the guy who threw for 400 yards in Madden 17, and that running game was non-existent. 28th, 29th in the league. Now, a little less talented team. The running game, or the offensive line doesn't give the quarterback as much time. Uses Malik Ali effectively. A Bomber team with 3 touchdowns. Yeah, Gibbs. No, I never thought we'd see it. Cleveland's in trouble. Baker Mayfield dropping back on first and goal. Looks out to the flat. He finds Jarvis Landry. Spins back inside. Little Tates of Bombers home medicine. Be short of the line to gain, though, at the 42-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and they're going to hurry up. 59 seconds and counting. In the third quarter, Cleveland down 2 scores. Here it is. Here's the boot over. Mayfield rolling. Good coverage downfield. Landry batted away. Oh, great coverage downfield by the Detroit in man coverage. That's a tough play. Gerard Davis so quick at the linebacker position. 1-on-1 makes the play on Jarvis Landry. Third and 1, Baker Mayfield dropping back to pass. Rolls out to the right side, has a man, and he missed him. Oh, he missed an open first down, and under NBL rules, he's got to punt it away. He cannot go for it on 4th down. Here in the third quarter, only down 2 scores. So what a stop from the Browns defense. Wow, oh wow. And the kick is away. It is going to go into the end zone, so the Lions are going to get the ball back at the 20-yard line. Oh, what a miss on 3rd and 1. They threw for it. And again, we talked about balance on both sides. The Browns have been pass happy. We haven't seen Nyheim Hines. He only has 4 carries on the day. The Lions, though, much more balanced. Malik Ali getting a ton of carries. The Lions dotting it all over the field. Bomber is pumped to be in the Super Bowl again, and pumped here on a Super Show night where you got to win 2 games to win a title. He looks primed to take it. 36 seconds go here in the third quarter. Can the Lions clamp down with a score here? 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. For Phillip Rivers under center, it's going to be a stretch play for Malik Ali. That shed happened early. Had to cut that inside. Myles Garrett is just too good on the right side. Bring up a 2nd and 13. The Browns, that's the empty stare Hugh Jackson I've been looking at for the last 3 years. He doesn't look too comfortable. 15 and 15. Look how balanced this Lions offense is. 2nd and 13, 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right side, 1 to the left side. Malik Ali in the backfield. 2nd down and 13. He drops back. Phillip Rivers looks underneath. He finds Marty Bryant, tries to spin inside. Good tackle by EJ Gaines as Garcia goes down on the offensive line. This could be where the Lions start to struggle. That's 2 linemen down. Glasgow already down with the broken ribs. Now Garcia is down. October saying Hali becoming a legend in Detroit. Yeah, he is having himself a game. Gibbs saying, I think 31-28 Lions win in the end. Browns will make a valiant try to come back. Big 3rd and 6 here. For the Browns comeback, they need to stop. Rivers drops back, looks up the seam, has a man. Oh, man. I don't know if you guys saw that. I think Martavis Bryant got away with an offensive PI there as he picked the defender playing underneath in that cover 3 match. Picked him real hard, but it was a nice throw by Phillip Rivers over the top. And Tyler Eifert had 2 catches in the first quarter. Has a big catch there as they're over midfield at the 48-yard line. We're in the 4th quarter. First and 10, shotgun formation for Phillip Rivers. Bunch formation, 3 to the right side, 1 over the left side. Dropping back. Phillip Rivers rolls, looks, finds Martavis Bryant inside the 50-yard line at the 48. No gain on the play. As the center, Garcia goes down. Bruce Sternum will not be able to return to the game. I don't know if it's accidental. Hey, worked out. They didn't call it. Yeah, dots all over the place. Phillip Rivers having himself a game, looking for his first Super Bowl title. The Lions looking to break the streak. Cleveland looking for their 3rd straight Super Bowl title. Shotgun formation for Phillip Rivers. 2 wide receivers over the left side, 1 over to the right side. Donnell Pumphrey in the backfield on the left side. Rivers, choo-choo the train horn as he audibles, changing up the play. 4-man rush from the Browns. Waiting, looking. The user can't keep up with Martavis Bryant. Juke move on Gaines. He's got room. 25-20 inside the 20 to the 17-yard line, but Bryant is down holding his hand. The Lions injuries all over the place, but they're up 2 scores as the user tried to stay in coverage and couldn't make the play. Astra says, geez, Garcia is a bum. How bad is Bombers' O-line? It can't be good at this point with 2 starters down in this game, and now they might be out with their number 1 wide receiver, Martavis Bryant. Luckily, they did get Nelson Aguilar back, but so they do have some depth. They got Corey Coleman, Nelson Aguilar. They've used Tyler Eifert. That was a real late hit. Absolutely. Real late hit on Martavis Bryant as he was out of bounds. Double A says Bananas cheats in games, too. Big Dad Mel saying late hit and the injury equals mission accomplished. Whoa, Greg Williams ain't here. Wildcat formation, man coming in motion for Malik Ali. Hands it to Donnell Pumphrey. They're trying to punch that ball out. Nothing doing there. He'll lose a yard, though. As Pumphrey, 3 carries, 4 yards. The line, 2nd and 10. Tout saying big injury. Yeah, if they don't have Martavis Bryant here for the end, I mean, I guess they're happy to have him in the 4th quarter as opposed to the 1st quarter. But that hurts. 2nd down and 10, Rivers in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 over the right side, bringing a man in motion. On 2nd and 10, it's a handoff to Donnell Pumphrey over the right side. He's got some room. Good blocking downfield as he'll get to the 12-yard line. Picks up a good chunk of that back. Bryant, dislocated thumb. He'll return soon, though. It's the Super Bowl. You can't go out with that dislocated thumb. Pop it back, tape it up, and get back on the field, Marty B. As the Lions facing a big 3rd and 4, do they run it once again? 4:39 and counting. You got to think it's a run play for Holly. You got to think even if they get stopped, they want to kick that field goal and go up by 3 scores. Man coming in motion. It's going to be that wide receiver quick. Aguilar trying to get to the edge. He can't. Good tackle on the outside. Coleman with the carry. Trying to get to the outside. Only a yard, though, on the play. Detroit will settle for a field goal. TJ Green with the tackle. They're kicking from the 11-yard line. Left hash mark. This one a 28-yard attempt. The kick is up. It is good. The Lions 3-score lead. Is there enough in the tank for the Browns? They need a quick touchdown. If there's a team you can trust to get a big touchdown, a quick one, it's the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, that was a big play. Astra is on that wide receiver quick, not getting out of bounds. Keeping the clock running. Mason taking the carry. Taking the kick back inside the 25, down at the 27-yard line. That's where Baker Mayfield, this Browns offense has been held very ineffective. Can they find a way to make a play? They're going to need something quick. 4:11 to go. You got to think they've got to score probably by the 3:30 mark to be in this game. You can't kill the clock until under 2 minutes here in the NBL, so there is a lot of time, but there's not that much time. 1st and 10, Baker rolling out. He's got a lot of deep routes. Looks over the middle. He has Antonio Callaway inside the 50, down to the 44-yard line. Nice throw there from Baker Mayfield. 11-21-98, 1 touchdown, but those 2 picks. The Lions got 10 points off those 2 picks. 1st and 10 for Baker Mayfield. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 over the left side. Dropping back, 4-man rush from the Lions. Nobody home. Looking deep down the middle field for Callaway. Makes the big aggressive catch through contact to the 15-yard line. 3:42 and counting. As I said, if there's one team you can count on for a quick score, it's these Cleveland Browns. Down to the 15-yard line. 3:37 and counting. It's Baker Mayfield. He'll come out in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 1 over the left side. David Njoku, the tight end, on the right side as well. Baker Mayfield drops back, steps up, waiting, looking, looks to David Njoku on the edge. A little quick out route, picking up 2, but is tackled inbounds. Clock running, 3:23 to go. Coming back to the shotgun, still 3 wide receivers. He's going to put 2 over to the left side. Landry and Callaway on the left side. Josh Gordon on the right side. David Njoku on the right side of that formation. Naheem Hines still in the game at the halfback. 2nd and 8, play action pass for Baker. Rolls out. He's going to just take off. He's got a lead blocker, Nyheim Hines. He'll get the first down to the 4-yard line. He didn't even think about throwing the ball there. He just went straight into the run as he saw a hole in the right side. Nyheim Hines with the block, and Baker Mayfield picks up the first down, and more importantly, gets out of bounds at the 4-yard line. 3:06 to go. Baker Mayfield under center. This looks like Saints flood for the Cleveland Browns. Hines in the backfield, 3 wide receivers. He drops back to pass on 1st and goal. Waiting, looking, back of the end zone. He was looking for, I don't know if that was to the tight end Kajust or somebody else, but nobody there. It's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Second and goal for the Browns. Once again, this 3 wide receiver set. Baker drops back. Quick 3-step drop. Nobody home. Fumbles the ball. It's picked up, though, by Austin Corbett, who stands up and takes a hit. A big recovery, but Baker Mayfield got absolutely... That was only a 3-man rush with a cover 4 drop and couldn't get rid of the ball. 2:48 and counting. They're running out of time. They're down 3 scores. Baker Mayfield under center is going to split out everybody. It's going to be an empty backfield. Nyheim Hines wide on the left side. This might be man coverage. Can the Browns get anything over the top? Not a lot of room to work here. 2:33 and counting. Dropping back. Baker Mayfield waiting, looking back at the end zone. Nobody home because he underthrew it. And it's Miles Jack with a pick. Take a knee and start celebrating, Motor City, as it looks like the Motor City Kitties are bringing home their first Super Bowl title since Madden 18. As the Detroit Lions, with a big pick, the Browns looking for their old faithful. High pass back to the end zone. It's an underthrow for Baker. It's 3 interceptions for Baker. 3-0 on the turnover battle. And here comes the Lions to seal this one. 2:27 to go. Cleveland does have 3 timeouts, but you got to think we're going to get a steady dose of run game, as it is Donnell Pumphrey with the carry. 2:24 to go. Cleveland used their first timeout. Yeah, the question was, I think for a lot of people, getting past Z-Star. That was a big, big leap, and you wondered what would happen, if the Lions, who have been owned, Bomber's been owned by Z-Star, if they are able to get over that hurdle. What would happen if they got to a Super Bowl? Would they be favored? And so far, here's what we saw today. Bomber still got the juice with that win over Z-Star. A huge, huge boost for this team. And win 2 games in one night, that ain't easy. Hand off to Donnell Pumphrey right up the middle to the 25-yard line. Give him 6 on the play. Going to bring up a 3rd and 5. Darth Ben says the Browns dynasty is over. That's the problem, though, with the Browns, though. So young out of the box, so easy to build skill position. I think Denzel Ward's a 96 overall. Baker's a 99. Landry's up to a 96. I mean, the team is so talented. 3rd and 5. Shotgun formation for Phillip Rivers on 3rd down. They're going to hand it off. Pumphrey missed his hole. He had a 1st down. Oh, he's still up. And then Peppers brought him down. He's just using a little more clock. As King goes down for the Browns, saves them a timeout here, 2:12 to go. So it looks like at the moment, weird things happen, but it looks like at the moment there will not be a three-peat for the Browns. It looks like the Lions are going to come away with a victory, and what a season for the Lions. I mean, again, we talk about how good Bomber is. We talk about, his dynasty, but let's remember, this Lions team, for many, many years in Madden, has had a lot of talent, okay? Whether it was the years with Calvin Johnson, Matt Stafford's always been a talent. They've always had very good wide receivers, Golden Tate, Marvin Jones. But let's remember, this Lions team count out of the box is one of the worst teams. And they're going to be even worse next year. And you know that he's going to be going with the Lions next year. Is a little wildcat action for Hines. He'll break a tackle, spin back inside. Oh, that spin was dirty. Oh, he spun inside then back outside. That was absolutely nasty. But yeah, absolutely terrible this year. No talent, especially 3 years in. They've lost a lot of players. They've had who's played quarterback this year for the Browns? Josh Allen, who eventually got let go after so many injuries. You've seen Phillip Rivers as Baker Mayfield, 3-man rush, waiting for anybody to get open. And nobody home. I'm going to bring up a 2nd and 10. There's that sneeze I was waiting for a while ago. They've had 5 different guys make passes here for the Detroit Lions this year. That's what's so impressive. Case Keenum, Matt Barkley, Phillip Rivers, Paxton Lynch, and Mike Glennon. Let's not pretend that's a cavalcade of great quarterbacks. And even with that, this Lions team was able to get through a tough division with the Chicago Bears, win that division, get to the Super Bowl, and now win a Super Bowl. Minute 29 and counting. Cleveland only one timeout left. Empty backfield. I mean, again, and it's no knock on Bananas. It's no knock on this Browns team as Njoku finds the end zone. Cut it back to a 10-point lead. Yeah, absolutely, Z-Star. This might be the worst championship team on paper in NBL history, but he's playing with nobody. Bananas has done a phenomenal job and has done a great job developing this team, but this Browns team was a gift out of the box with draft picks, with young players that can be developed, especially in this game. He's got one of the most talented rosters in the league right now, as it looks like they're going to go for two to try to cut it to a 9-point lead. It's an interesting call. I get it. It's a nice throw. Onside kick time. Miles Jack, absolutely massive, but Gerard Davis is a developed player. Skyrider 0334, join us in the chat. Good to see you, Skyrider. That's just why this might be, Bomber has 6 Super Bowl titles. This is his most impressive. Phillip Rivers, playing with 5 different quarterbacks. The offensive line, if you look at his ratings, it's horrendous. I mean, you look at the other teams here in the championship games, they all have phenomenal offensive lines, at least very passable. At the end of the day, Skyrider, go to 365.maddenbombleague.com, click on the application and apply. I don't know off the top of my head where we are with spots, but 7 titles for the Commissioner Bomber. This one, so impressive, and a big tip of the cap to everybody who was in the games tonight. JB, Z-Star, and Bananas. 4 phenomenal owners represented tonight. 4 great teams. It's a long slog to get here, and everybody did absolutely unbelievable. And so, tip of the cap to those guys. And now we go into 2019. We got a lot coming up on the network. You've seen a lot of shows, a lot of different things here on the network. We showed our most games ever, most live games ever here on the network this year. I think our previous top was at 19. I believe through all of our programs, bonus coverage, NBL Live, building the franchise, we showed over 35 games this year, and we only got more coming. Just make sure you hang out, see what we got come up. We got new shows, new segments. We're expanding the pregame, going to do some new segments there. We got a couple new shows in the works during free agency. You're going to have our brand new NBL preview. So much going on, plus the NBL 5-year anniversary. Hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, do whatever you can, and make sure you're here each and every night. As with 3, 2, 1, the Detroit Lions are back on top. The commish finds his way to another Super Bowl title, 27-18 in dominant fashion over the Cleveland Browns. The Lions win once again. The Browns looking for a three-peat. They will not get it this year, but they'll be right back there. As look at the Lions celebrating. Boy, I will continue to stick with this is the best Super Bowl title of Bomber's career, and he's got 7 of them. Unbelievable. And a big tip of the cap to Bananas, owner of the Cleveland Browns. Phenomenal season for them. But the Cleveland Browns are your NBL Super Bowl champions here for season 35. A reminder, folks, coming up here on the NBL Network, Wednesday, January 2nd, will be our NBL Rookie Draft here on the NBL Network, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. As we will do first 3 rounds of the draft with a live sort of podcast setting. If you haven't shown up before, it's a lot of fun. We basically open up the chat, answer any questions, talk about a bunch of teams, show you some screenshots of the players that are being drafted, talk about who we think is going to be great. It's a lot of fun, about an hour and a half, 2-hour show. And then we'll have our brand new NBL preview show coming up at the somewhere in middle preseason. Week 2 or 3, you'll see some preseason games. We're also going to preview the season with Bomber and Lip and the Bleacher Report team. So it's a lot coming up. Got some new shows in the works. It's a fun time to be part of the NBL Network. But from all of us here at the NBL Network, I hope everybody out there has a very happy new year. Thank you so much for 2018. As the network director, I can tell you this has been just an unbelievable experience. We've been blessed to have so many opportunities here this year with the NBL Network, and a lot of that is just thanks to you guys for tuning in each and every week and being a fan of the NBL and what we do. If as always, follow us on Twitter at Bomber League and NBL Network. If you ever have any suggestions, thoughts, comments, make sure you hit us up on Twitter. But have a very, very happy new year. and be safe. And we will see you in 2019 as we head into season 36 of the NBL. Big congrats to Bomber in the chat. Big congrats to all of our participants tonight. Once again, for the entire NBL and the entire NBL network, thank you so much for tuning in to the season 35 NBL Super Show with that NBL Super Bowl champion being crowned tonight. Congratulations. The Detroit Lions are your NBL Super Bowl champions. We will see you in 2019 right here on NBL Live.
I just want to say, hey, man, this is T.O., the cover athlete of the Madden 19 Hall of Fame edition, and you're watching the gold standard of the franchise mode, the NBL Network. Holla.